Oh, hello everyone. Hi, how's it going? Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. How's it going? Welcome to the Back to Warcraft October finals. I know. It's November. It's November 2nd. We just had Halloween. The spooky month is over, but yes, it is the October finals. We have our top 6. We have our bracket. And our bracket is, for today at least. Oh, it is. Wait for it. It is. Ah, there we go. All is right in the world. We have HawK versus Edo to start us off. A human versus undead. Then we have an undead mirror. Sheik versus Lucifer. Winner of HawK versus Edo will go up against Starbuck. If he plays HawK, he's going to be playing Orc. If he plays Edo, he'll be playing human, I assume, unless he wants to play some crazy random stuff. Maybe Starbuck wants to show us his undead today, because I would definitely like to see his undead a little bit. That would be spicy for me, but, you know, we can predict kind of what he's going to play. Winner of Sheik and Lucifer is going to go up against Chaemiko. These will all be best of 3s, and then we'll have a grand final, which will be a best of 5 with the winner of the winners. Should be pretty fun. Should be good matches. Now, today's either going to be really, really short or really, really long. There's only 2 ways human versus undead goes. Undead mirror tends to be on the longer side for sure, but human versus undead, as I'm sure all of you educated people know, it can be like 4 minutes sometimes. So, and all of these matchups have potential, except for Sheik versus Lucifer, to be human versus undead. We could have every single game be human versus undead after our undead mirror. So we could have the shortest finals ever, or we could have some banger games. I know when Sheik's playing, they're always banger games. I know Starbuck is always very exciting to watch. It's cool to have Chaemiko. It's cool to have a new name in Edo playing. I'm rooting for him. Rooting tooting for him. We're going to have some fun today. 5 series. Very excited for this. And we're not messing around. We're already starting. Edo versus HawK is our first match. I'm going to get all the production stuff sorted, and then we're going to jump in. Humans can play Dark Ranger Pit Lord for Halloween. Halloween's over, Saul. I'm sorry. You got to put your elf ears away until next year. Or until Christmas, I guess. You could pick them back up. All right, let's do that. Oh, yeah. Feeling good today. How are you guys feeling? Okay, that's all working. This is all working, I think, as well. There we go. Very good. Okay, first game, best of 3. Undead versus human. We're going to start on Hammerfall. HawK's loser pick is going to be Warhail, the boat map, and Edo's loser pick is going to be Springtime if we get there. Other maps in the pool, Scrimmage and Boulder Vale. It's a 5-map pool, of course, and we'll vote to change that later on. Let's check out game 1. Wasting no time here, baby. Edo in the upper left of Hammerfall, going with the Crypt Lord to start. In the bottom right, we do have HawK playing the Archmage. Oh, yeah. I love me some undead. You know, there was a time when I'd be complaining that there's not enough orcs in the tournament, but these days I'm all in for undead. Like, there's an undead mirror happening next, and I could not be more excited for that. Is HawK related to HawK to a girl? I hope not, for HawK's sake, because he's a good guy. And she stole a bunch of money. Allegedly. Allegedly. Yeah, Edo is the Crypt Lord Master. We'll see what he has in store, of course. This matchup is going further and further into his comfort zone the more Crypt Lord is becoming standard. But, of course, these days we see a little bit more Lich, a little bit more Dreadlord. But definitely the same amount of expanding. Let's see what item HawK gets. Yo, Deuteronomium 94, thank you for the 21 months. The tier 3 as well? Oh my god. Hey Carson, thanks for stream Gamma this time. I mean, for a tier 3, I'll stop what I'm doing right now and put in the Gamba. I'm stopping what I'm doing right now. I'm pausing everything. Who will win this best of 3? HawK? Edo? I'm going to give you guys 1 minute because we're obviously already in the game. There you go. I mean, for a tier 3, I mean, say less, dude. Say less. HawK gets claws plus 8. But here's a pro tip. Predict HawK because he got the best item possible from that camp. But Edo is trying to creep his expansion. Expo did get canceled. Not the end of the world because there's been no losses in terms of ghouls yet. It's just a delay in time. And once Ito's able to pull the extra 4 ghouls from his main, we can see he's got enough lumber for everything in the future. He might be able to defend this with ease. HawK is lagging. It would be unfortunate to regame this because he got the best possible item. But it would be better for our predictions. What are you guys going to vote for? He's about to DC. Oh, never mind. Oh, almost a surround there. Unfortunate timing on that lag from Mr. HawK. And we're stable. Prediction is over. And HawK is expanding. But he's only on level 2. Ito might be worth for him to try to creep this, just to get Impale unlocked. Now he pulls a bunch of ghouls. HawK's going to have one more water elemental in the future. Ito does get a surround on one footman. That'll be a 1-to-1 trade for a ghoul. Maybe the water elemental next. Yep. One more ghoul could be micred away. HawK focusing the northernmost. Look how much damage the claws do. It's just such a good item. And he denies the water elemental. Another thing that the claws help out with, right? Easier denies. Second footman. I believe 3 ghouls have gone down. Another deny for HawK. His expansion about to be up. But Ito, maybe has he quelled the pressure of the human enough to creep his expansion? I believe he has done just that. Slow, at least it's on a beetle. HawK buys a circlet. Ito gonna probably hope for a replenishment potion here. Did he unsummon anything? He did unsummon his altar, but not his shop. Something that I enjoyed doing as well. Almost gets another surround on the footman. Ito taking care to get that last hit crystal ball, unfortunately, but it's never really that good of an item here anyway. HawK is out of water elementals, and I believe Ito will get his expo up now. Overall, pretty good defense considering the item from HawK, considering the early pressure. I think if no mistakes are made by Ito, he will get the gold mine up and uninterrupted at this point. Oh, sorry for that. Boot speed now very important for the Crypt Lord to be able to. If not, you just can't kill footmen without surrounds. Back at home, all the ghouls are with the army right now, as it seems. HawK calling militia preemptively. HawK would love to probably militia creep his seafood buffet down here for level 3. Nice impale. Can he land the surround? Huge deal here. Footman. He does lock it in. Ito. Really nicely done. Very impressive surround. Important surround, too. Now HawK has to be a lot more careful with his aggression in the future. Having no town portal, having no access to staff and teleportation, still no boots of speed. That's a very important surround for Ito. Militia are called over here. I don't know if this is level 3. It probably will be, though. If HawK is creeping this right now, it probably is level 3. And Ito's gold mine just now finishes. His tech already started. It started off awful for Ito, but potentially stabilizing. Especially if you can get another Zig here. Yeah, Necropolis as well. Soon enough. Would love to see that Necropolis. Goes for the graveyard first of all. Then he can get a Spirit Tower quickly. Obviously, HawK's tech started way earlier. Mantle of Intelligence as well. Does it get any better than that? Oh, man. Footman splitting off to pressure the expansion. That's why we need that Necropolis ASAP in case we lose any. Don't DC this. Don't make me admin like that this early.
Players' forces are under attack.
That's a lot of footmen.
The town is under siege.
Yeah, but to finish that point, the Necropolis... Oh, he's going for a crypt. I was going to say, Necropolis is very important at this expansion because of this sort of pressure. This pressure does a lot more if you're unable, obviously, to replace the Acolytes. But if you have an early Necropolis, pretty much immediately after you tech here, they come in, lose some footmen, and kill some peasants, but they... or kill some Acolytes, but you're able to replace them easily. Panda second for HawK is super unorthodox. Fiends now coming out for Ito. Archmage? Need to be aware with this Archmage. There is an Impale. He is going to get the Surround. This Archmage could die. He's got to replace the bottom of the Surround. He's conscious of doing that right now. Panda's going to come in for a Breath of Fire. I think the Archmage is dead. It does go down. Level 3 finally on the Crypt Lord. Expansion is completely cold right now, but still a nice find from Ito. Like, this game has looked very, very difficult from start to finish for him, but he's finding the plays where he can. And now his Tier 2's done. He can replace the Acolytes at the expansion. HawK, of course, is going into Griffins, but with that kill, can be pretty good. Maybe he can get the Panda as well, the Nerubian. He doesn't have an Impale. He's got to land it dry, more or less. But he will get it, I think. You got to lock this in, This is your game. This is your surviving play. I was going to say game-winning. Definitely not game-winning, but it's what's going to keep him in this game. Surrounds all over the place. This Fiend also gets surrounded out of the crypt, but the Panda's going to go down. Both heroes dead. Nice surrounds from Ito. Very nicely done. Now, he took a lot of damage, but double hero kill. Oh, HawK. Definitely got to change the server after this. Now with the double hero kill, I would call this a regame, by the way. Before, I probably would have given HawK the win before he lost both heroes, but I will probably call this a regame. Because if you just look at the tech, but I mean, you can't say like you lost. He just killed both of his heroes. He just killed both of them. Only lost both heroes because of lag, though. Unfortunate. Oh, he's back. And he's back. Shout out War 3 champions. Oh, they hosted the wrong server? Well, no, it can't be the wrong server because HawK hosted. It has to be the correct server. Because neither me nor Ito is the host, so if it was the wrong server, it would be the wrong server in favor of HawK. But either way. Let's see if HawK... Like, HawK is in a very good position. Yes, he lost both heroes, but just tech-wise, with how quickly his Tier 3's done, he's in such a good position that he's just got to stay in the game long enough to close it out.
A player's forces are under attack.
Paladin before the Archmage comes back, which makes sense. Oh, no, never mind, sorry. He Tavern rebought both heroes. I was so distracted by the lag. Archmage with that orb is slow. It's nice to see this orb is getting so much usage. Like, it is a really good item. Finally, human has an orb. Like, it's not the best orb, you know? Like, it's definitely still the worst, actually. But it's good, you know? Like, it's something that you want to get. And it's something that when you get, you feel like, yeah, nice. I feel stronger having had this orb. Whereas before, you just didn't. Which is cool. Now, does it have the same impact as all three other orbs? No, but it's still nice. Okay, Tier 3 Death Knight and 2 Crypt Fiends coming out. I mean, if you micro literally like an AI computer, you can beat Griffins with Fiends, but, you know, proof is in the sentence. Griffins versus Fiends. And HawK is getting to the critical mass soon. Is this only 2? Oh, no, it is triple Griffin Aviary. Okay, he just had to spend a lot of resources, obviously, on the heroes to get them back. Now creeping up the Paladin, solo dolo. And Ito doesn't really have a timing. He's just got to pretty much macro as much as he can and wait for the inevitable Griffin push. And just hope he literally micros better than he ever has in his entire life. Because many games, not even Happy can micro himself out of positions like this. The only real way human players, I feel like, lose, like having watched a lot of Fortitude versus Happy and Fortitude versus 120 and all that, is the human player pushes a little bit too early. Like, you go in with 3-4 Griffins instead of waiting for, like, 8 or 9 Griffins, and then it's pretty easy to web them and focus them down one at a time, especially when there's no Mountain King to focus down the Fiends. So it's smart that HawK is waiting until he has critical mass of Griffins, which I would say is 8 and above. That's when it becomes very, very difficult for the undead. We'll fix this after this game, don't worry. This will be the only game this happens in. Damn, it's whoever figures out load from save is really going to be a hero, man. Chris Moneymaker with the 8 months. Thanks for that. It says drop. Appreciate that sub, my man. Beetle is scouting, and he's probably thinking, uh-oh, that's a lot of Griffins. Oh, and they're 2-1 upgraded in a second here. And the Paladin's level 3. He's probably thinking a lot of uh-ohs here. Okay, Ghoul's pulled. We are going for Banshees. I thought he was going to go for Necros, but quick Banshees. How do undead players in the chat, how do Necros face up against Griffins? Like a big 80 supply army with like 5-6 Necros with master training. Like, how does Cripple must be pretty good against Griffins if you can get the numbers, right? Probably even better than Banshees. Obviously priests exist, but a
player's forces are under attack.
I wonder if that's a possibility. Like in the super late game, if you can survive this fight, awful man. Uh-oh. Are they really? HawK, that's a lot of Griffins. 63 versus 77. Beetles are scouting this. Nicely done from Ito, but does he just have the army that he needs? Like, his Lich is almost here. Okay, he's going to lose this expansion. And Roar as well. Sweet Jesus. Does it get more difficult than this? There's 8 Griffins. Look at the Archmage items as well. Oh my god. Plus 35. I mean, it doesn't... I don't think 9 Griffins with Roar. I don't think there's any player ever that would win this fight in the history of Warcraft 3. I'm just gonna say it, man. It's really very difficult. The army that HawK has. The army that HawK has built. Not even happy, no. Not even happy. Not happy on his best of days. Maybe happy on his best day ever. just to really put it in perspective how difficult and how strong the army that HawK has built up to is here. Not to mention the items, not to mention the hero levels as well. Paladin level 3 is huge. But maybe? Archmage Focus Fire always exists. Yeah, I think he's got to get a hero kill, though. I don't know if it's going to work fighting army versus army. The damage just simply isn't there right now. Did get some nice items on the Lich. Passed over a few claws, etc. Ghouls splitting into the X, but just trying to make space to find an angle. Trying to re-expand. You know, Ito, he didn't have the easiest of games here, but he's been making some nice plays to try to claw his way back. And again, maybe if he can catch out a hero. Trying to do what he can. HawK reconnecting. Oh, the statues! Oh. Oh, catches a couple of Griffins. Gets one. That's a Fiend saved by a heal scroll there, I think, actually. Trying to save his statue, alive for a little bit. Another Scroll of the Beast? That's not fair. It's not fair. Level 5 Crypt Lord. Oh, DK now being focused. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be the end of Ito in game number 1. And a nice try to him at the end there with a little bit of micro. Got a couple of kills, but HawK, with too strong of an early game, despite the hero losses, was able to get tier 3 very quickly. And now we will change servers for sure. Natarian, thank you for the 23 months. How are you doing? Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Very kind indeed. Yeah, 1-0 for HawK. But some glimmers of hope for Ito, no doubt. And now we'll go into Springtime, which is a pretty good Crypt Lord vs. Human map. But dare I say one of the best? I don't think I have the authority to say that quite yet as an Undead player, but it feels like a pretty good Undead versus Human map. And that what we just saw is pretty much the difficulty of Crypt Lord first, right? You really need to get damage done in the early game, or else Crypt Lord itself just isn't as strong as a Lich first with Nova against Griffins. It's not as strong as a Dreadlord first, which allows you to play air because you can carry and swarm flying machines. So a Dreadlord allows you to play Gargs versus Griffins. Crypt Lord is pretty much only good in the early game. You need to win early on. You need to do economic damage. You need to slow down the humans tier 3 tech so you can delay the Griffins so that you can win before they get to that critical mass, or else Crypt Lord is just not as strong as Lich or Dreadlord later on. And that's the reality of playing Crypt Lord first. That's what the meta is right now, and we saw the trickiness when HawK was getting the strong items in the early game, right? That allows HawK to sort of balance out the strength of the Crypt Lord. Map number 2, though. Let's see if Ito can cook something up. Of course, it is just single elimination, so he's got one more crack at it. Here we go. Upper left here is Ito, again with the Ghoul opener. Bottom right here is HawK. Probably going to be Archmage yet again. Lich vs. Banshees. Yeah, can definitely beat Griffins, no doubt. But you need that high-level Lich, which is why you need to play it first. Very excited for HawK versus, or HawK rather, Happy versus Sock tonight. I could not be more excited for a match. Because I feel like we see Happy versus Fortitude so much, we sort of know what we're going to get. But for Sock, he has the ability to switch things up. Maybe Sock will play some Pally Rifles to punish like a greedy Lich first. Maybe Happy changes things up entirely. I'd be surprised if he goes away from the Crypt Lord, but this is just the warm-up for that match tonight, everybody, for B Cup. But it will be the Crypt Lord versus Archmage, as expected. And of course, this was a game where Ito really struggled to creep his expansion first. He should be able to more easily creep the expansion here on Springtime. There's 5-6 militia going across. And we'll see probably 3 ghouls pulled, unsummon on the altar. No ritual dagger, surprisingly.
Players' forces are under attack.
I see. Ito actually waited to have the amount of lumber that he needed to build the gold mine and the ziggurat by the time he clears the expo. I think this is, oh no, it is beetles. Here we go. HawK did clear his expo. Obviously, he has the quicker hero with his build order compared to Crypt, Altar, and then Ziggurat. You have a delayed hero, but more ghouls for the undead, so that's why HawK is that much quicker at the expansion creep. 2 footmen already here, but again, like, this should be cleared before the Archmage can really do anything about it. was straight gold mine taker. It says, here's a huge raid for you. Thank you for the raid, dude. Hope you had a good stream. Hope all is well. Appreciate that. Okay, gold mine is going to be canceled, but at the cost of a footman, an early cancel maybe is okay for Ito. Does need to finish his food, though, in the way of this footman. Okay, creep gets it. Acolyte goes down. We need to kill this Sasquatch. We need to get our level 2. And this is why we saw like the little bit of delay with the Crypt Lord at the start of the game, like an extra 5-6 seconds spent at the base. That's why you can't do that, unfortunately. Because these seconds matter. Those 5-6 seconds that he was idle in his base before he pulled his ghouls, when he was buying the items and unsummoning the Crypt, Ito, this was 5-6 seconds where he could have killed the Sasquatch. This is 5-6 seconds before the Archmage is here harassing him. This is 5-6 seconds that he can build the gold mine to maybe not get it canceled by 2 footmen. It's very, very important, the immediate movement out of the altar.
Players' forces are under attack.
It actually just makes or breaks this matchup for both players, right? Like, if HawK is a little bit later with his militia pull, and he's just lagging everywhere today. If HawK is a little bit slower with his militia pull and his Archmage movement and his creeping of his Expo, then he doesn't get across the map so quickly. So it's true on both sides. But in the case of HawK, he was very, very quick creeping his Expo, and Ito was a little bit delayed there when he first came out of his altar here. We remember looking at that.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, it seems like 1 ghoul was split over here. And Ito will now finally clear the Sasquatch. Successfully, HawK going to go back towards the center. Maybe he's going to try to get level 3. I don't know if this camp and this camp is enough for level 3, but he's also got this one to secure it, so HawK shouldn't struggle to get level 2 water elementals. I feel like Ito should probably creep the shop, but at this point he's been so delayed that maybe he feels pressure to try to do some damage across the map. But no doubt level 3 beetles, or level 2 beetles on level 3 would be very nice right now. Oh, maybe a surround? No boots of speed either on that Crypt Lordio just yet. Oh, it did finish his food here with that ghoul from earlier. Nicely done. HawK not even close to level 3. And low on mana. This could be good pressure from Ito. It really could. How many ghouls does he have in his main? I think he should pull a couple of extra ghouls, but this could be good. Forces out that last water elemental.
Forces are under attack.
Militia are creeping. The more time Ito gives, the closer to level 3 that Archmage is going to get. Who's going to make the first move? Item on the ground. Cloak of Shadows. Nice for that Archmage. We saw the surrounds last game. The impact they could have a surround on 1 footman. There we go. And behind this expansion is being secured, of course. HawK is already teching. Ito has teched actually a while ago. Okay. Not looking terrible for it. Definitely better than the first game. We can say that much for Ito. Water Elemental Surround. Another one thanks to that Clarity is up, but these are still only on level 1. Nowhere near as good as level 2. Just patient play from both. No boots of speed, gonna make it hard to chase down these footmen. Same goes for the Archmage. This camp is level 3. Really, any camp is level 3. And then it gets a lot more difficult for the Crypt Lordio. Needs any kill at this point. Maybe an Impale to steal the Sasquatch, or the Mammoth? Does impale it, but Archmage got it. I don't even think he can get the item without getting surrounded, I'll be honest with you guys. 1 footman goes down. Water Elemental as well. 1 ghoul might go down, but Ito pulls away. Being very cautious. Item, of course, goes to the Archmage. It was just too risky to go in there without a TP. But expansion is up. Second Crypt is up. And tech is done. Did he forget his altar? Ooh, he forgot his altar. Yeah, there it is. So he can't go tier 3 just yet. Instead, he's putting down the 3rd Crypt. He's going to go for a tier 2 all-in. Which, with the way the game has gone, I don't think it's the worst call. 1 more kill and the Crypt Lord's level 3. Garg's on the way. Unfortunately, he can't get his Death Knight because of that altar. But he could always grab a Tavern Hero and go for the all-in. Maybe something like a Panda or a Fire Lord or a Dark Ranger. Alchemist as well. What's up, the Crestfallen? How you doing, man? We're doing good. We're doing good, my man. One negation available, as well as mana potions. HawK this time around going for the Mountain King. This pressure probably not going to do too much. But double water elemental is tricky. One negation going to need to be burned here. That'll be level 3. Car's coming out. How is HawK going to respond? Double workshop instantly. Altar is done. Might just see a Tavern Hero, however. Honestly, Panda's not the worst call. If you're gonna go Gargs like this, Dreadlord or Panda both could be a good call. Which he has the resources now for. He is going Dreadlord second. Very cool from Ito. Obviously for Carrion Swarm against Flying Machines because he knows he's committing hard to Gargs. Which, with a Dreadlord second, as weird as it seems, Crippler, Dreadlord, you can make the late game work for you. If you go DK third or something like that. Because you can win the air fight. Let's see. Let's see what Ito can do. Obviously going to grab a 1 of negation on that Dreadlord as well. When it pops out. Very necessary. His timing is dwindling a little bit. But Flying Machine numbers are still small. Reaping starts. Garg numbers are about to be 7. Tier 3 is on the way. Flying Machine numbers are rising. 13 seconds it takes to build a Flying Machine. And on double workshop. That's a lot. That's 10 every minute that you're able to build.
A player's forces are under attack.
And every time there's a bolt on a Garg, HawK should be able to focus them down. Going to be a little bit harder for Ito to find that catch on Flying Machines if they're microed accordingly. J-Pog, thanks, dude, for the primer. Appreciate that. This lag dedicated to you. First Carrion Swarm lands. First timer primer right there. J-Pog, welcome. Thank you very much.
Player's forces are under attack.
3 more Gargs coming out. Slaughterhouse as well. Mountain King does get Scroll of the Beast. Again, HawK getting a lot of Scrolls of the Beast. Surround on the Mountain King. Gonna force into a Potion of Invulnerability. Gargs, I'm not sure where they are. They're kind of hiding to the side right now. Knights coming out now. Making Frostworms more and more necessary, or at least Destroyers. Cloak of Shadows. I said it was going to come into play. Carrion Swarm lands more or less on some Flying Machines. Do we have a heal scroll? No heal scroll for Ito. I don't think he can win this fight right now unless HawK really screws up his Flying Machine control. But if he can get Dreadlord level 3, it's a completely different game. I think he should really focus on that. Clear this, clear his green, clear his Mercenary camp. This game's getting kind of interesting, guys. I'm not going to lie. The Dreadlord needs to get level 3. And I would love to see a Boneyard, if he can afford it. Air versus air fights, of course, are always very scary. They can tend to be very one-sided. But it's not often we see the undead able to win the air versus air fight. The Dreadlord going to get level 2. Need heal scrolls. We need a lot of things if we're Ito. Flying Machines. Oh, it's a scary engagement. Impale to try to save the Dreadlord, but unfortunately it will go down. Flying Machine's not able to be microed accordingly. Sobi Mask on the ground. Crypt Lord is kind of stuck. I think Crypt Lord's going to die here as well. Oh. Maybe the Paladin going to be surrounded? Has a greater heal. And that'll be GG. A nice try to Ito. Like, some innovative stuff there. With the Dreadlord second. Honestly makes me want to try that style a little bit. Dreadlord second, power creep it to level 3. You can play a little bit more aggressive on tier 2 as well because you're already going for triple crypt. I think there's some thinking to be done there with the style that Ito played in map number 2. But HawK, clean as ever with the 2-0. Knew his win condition and definitely executed very, very well both games, despite the little bit of lag that hopefully is resolved. All right. There's the undead versus human. And now we'll go with undead versus undead. All ready if you guys are. All right. Wait, am I on camera right now? Oh, hello. Yes, I am. Okay, next series will be this one. Undead Mirror. You guys might not like this matchup, but I do. Oh boy, I do. Undead Mirror's been a lot of fun. I watched all 5 Happy vs. 120 games yesterday. Does Hammerfall start? Yeah, Hammerfall is the start map. Lucifer needed 3 minutes. Hammerfall is right there. Okay. Okay, so 3 minutes. And just to talk about this match a little bit, like, Sheik's been owning recently. He's been playing so good. Like, do you guys watch War 3 Champions at all? You see his series? I mean, he did eventually get eliminated, but he's been playing so innovative. He's been playing really, really cleanly as well in terms of micro and stuff like that. And then Lucifer also, like, the weekly cup that he won, I think who did he beat? Was it HawK or something like that? Who did he beat to get here? Let's see. Was it 165? Let's figure this out. Okay, so that's him getting top 8. Wasn't that one? Pretty sure he won a cup this month. Just trying to remember how it went. There's him getting top 4. Maybe he just qualified through points. I remember him winning a cup, though. But he's definitely been, you know, obviously Lucifer has been, over the years, inconsistent just because he hasn't always been fully dedicated, but recently it feels like he's really been putting the work in, and he's been performing pretty damn well. I can't find it. But overall, he's been, you know, top four at least most of the cups. Had a best of 3 versus HawK where he went to map 3 with him, but eventually got eliminated. I did defeat Ito as well in one of the cups, so he's been winning games. It's been quite nice. And then Sheik is slowly becoming one of the best players in Europe. He really is. He's getting up there with the players like Dice, you know, previously like the players like Foggy, obviously like the players like HawK. He's getting up there. There was a while when he wasn't really considered to be on that. You know, he was half a step below those top European players, excluding Happy and Starbuck, which are in a tier of their own. But now Sheik is handedly on that level with all those guys, which is very nice to see. And the way he's playing, too, is... like, it's not standard play that Sheik does. He does a lot of weird, unorthodox things. But they all tend to make sense. They're not, like, weird, like, just trying to trick his opponent all the time. They're, like, calculated, well-thought-out moves that you see them and you're like, wait, why doesn't everyone play like this? Doesn't Foggy play anymore? I think Foggy's just streaming recently more than playing tournaments. Oh, yeah, I can pay out the prediction. And I'll start a new prediction. Who will win this best of 3? Lucifer or Sheik? Give you guys 2 minutes on this one. Yeah, blow my nose, but I don't have like a tissue or a napkin or anything nearby. Oh no. It's not good. And here we go. You have sleeves, man. If I wasn't on stream, you're on to something there. But people don't even like me eating on stream. They probably don't even like me drinking coffee on stream. I guess Lich is a must nowadays versus human. Yeah, it's a tricky predicament. I like the Criplord Dreadlord though. You know, you're cooking with something there. Definitely cooking with some. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of undead recently. You know, it's a difficult matchup. It's a frustrating matchup, and it's very difficult. First, stop breathing on stream. Exactly. Do they prohibit coffee drinking? Hey, if they stop me from drinking coffee, it'll be just a much less exciting stream, okay? Okay, Lucifer's blue here. Let's do that. Let's mute this music. Cut the music hard. Cut the music hard. You do you on stream? Eat, drink, blow your nose. Hell yeah, that's what I want to hear, man. What about farting on stream? People pay good money for that. All right. Anyway, let's get into this first game, and then I'll read some more of what you weirdos are saying. They didn't do any harass the X, but it's so hard to find. Sometimes the harass goes so well versus human, and other times you just can't get any damage done at all. It's so weird. But one thing I would say, as a 1800 MMR undead player, okay, hands in the air, okay, hands in the air, no offense intended. I would recommend really prioritizing level 3 Criplord early on. So like on Springtime, Expo into Shop can be really good. And depending on his creep route, I think if he goes Expo first, you have to go Zig first. And if he goes like something like his green or his Merc Camp first, you can go Goldmine first. Because that means if he runs over with level 2 to cancel your Goldmine, he is not expoing already. So I think that's how it should play out. But I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. DK versus Lich, Lucifer with the Ted Fiends, Sheik with the Ghouls. What is this? Happy versus 120? What kind of guitar do you have, Carson? I play just a standard American Strat, and then my backup is a Jazzmaster. I want to get a Telly. I'm a Fender. I'm a Fender simp. True, but he never gave me the chance to creep. He came right away with AM into my face. Yeah, it's difficult. Because the issue was, Ito, we'll talk about this game in a second, of course. You were delayed like 5 seconds out of the altar. Like when you were pulling your ghouls, I think you were waiting for extra lumber, which does make sense in a way. But like you were just a little bit delayed, like 5-6 seconds when your Criplord came out. And literally that could lose you the game, which is so insane. But that's where we've gotten to in 2025 Warcraft 3. Is if your Criplord doesn't come out of the altar and immediately move towards the expo with 3 ghouls, and you're slightly delayed, you just lose. Welcome to Human vs Undead. It's the most difficult matchup in the game. Either way, it was well played, and I would not even kill a single footman versus HawK. So, you know, what the hell do I know? Forward Nerubian, tech for Lucifer, and he did creep one of the turtles. Sheik, however, is going for the Golem and going for a fast expansion, and Lucifer doesn't see it just yet. But he is going to get double items, Gloves of Haste and Claws of Attack. That'll be good for a Lich or a Dark Ranger at tier 2. And he will get level 2 as well. Skeleton going to Scout now for Lucifer. No more Rod of Necromancy, but he does now note that there's an expansion coming up. Maybe with his first Fiend, he can start to chase down some ghouls. Obviously, when you're able to get level 2 against Lich in Lucifer's position, you have Aura, and they do not. You have Coil, and they do not. So if you can start chasing around the Lich and pressuring ghouls, they really struggle to creep much more than their initial couple of camps. And you can really start to chase down the ghouls because it's essentially like having boots of speed versus no boots of speed. You have Unholy Aura, you can just kill these ghouls if they're out of position. So why don't we see more Necro push in pro games? I'd recommend watching Hazy if you want to see more Necromancers. I think they're underrated and underused. But there's always reasons that I don't understand until, you know, it takes me 5 years to figure out why. So even though I think Crippler or Necros are really, really strong these days, maybe in 3 years I'll be like, I was totally wrong about those Necromancers, you know? So who knows?
A player's forces are under attack.
Another nice item for Lucifer. I'm surprised Sheik isn't creeping a bit more to try to get level 3. Second Necropolis. Just to deter the Acolyte kills. Sheik going for maybe a surround on one of the Fiends. Look at the DK positioning. Notice that. But the Fiend does eventually get surrounded. Lich is still 35 seconds away. Doesn't even bother coiling the Fiend. One ghoul goes down. What hero do you suggest for Necro push? Any of them, man. Any of them. Most of the time, when I personally make Necros work, it's late game against Night Elf. When I'm really far behind, I'll transition into Double Temple and just Hail Mary go for Necromancers. And it's worked. It's worked every time so far. At least at my skill level. The Skeleton's trying to pressure the Acolyte because, of course, there is no tower in the back right now. But the ghouls are helping against that. Sheik, what's his macro looking like? Tech started, Expo up. And this is where I mean you can start chasing down these ghouls. Especially if he gets a Nova on one of them. Sorry about that. The Lich is not here, though. But Lucifer's still relatively stable. Obviously lost the one Fiend, but was able to start his tier 3 tech on time. I do like the second Necropolis idea. That is kind of cool. Because if not, sometimes you can really struggle to get to tier 3 versus Lich. Lich is going to get level 3 now. Lucifer going for the consumables. Greater mana. First one was your main race? I'm an Orc player. I'm one of very few. Necropolis coming up. Generally, you want some more towers here, or at least potential for more towers. So yeah, third Zig. Happy goes for 3 Zigs at his expansion. I think you need 4. But Sheik going to go for 3, which if he does get pressured, can upgrade them both to Spirit Towers. Ooh, the Fiend. He's not afraid. He's not afraid of losing the Fiend. He's got level 2 Death Knight. Or level 2 Coil, rather. And Sheik is making a lot of space for himself. Skeleton scouting the expansion. I feel like Lucifer will have a timing. He's going to have tier 3 by the time Sheik has tier 2. And then he can grab Orb. And get Destro form. Doesn't yet even have a single statue. What's your MMR for Orc? I'm not sure what it is right now, but I'll tell you what the best I ever got was. Because that's the best for my ego. The highest MMR I've ever had is 2156. That's the best I've ever been. And the best I ever will be. Level 2 Lich. Counter expansion. Okay. I respect it. Maybe Cryptlord 3rd. Lucifer does like his Cryptlord 3rd, but the only issue with going Cryptlord 3rd blind is with Lich first, you can go for Gargs. Oh, Lich here with the Zeppelin. I didn't even see that. Nice reaction from Lucifer. Needs to be careful with his Lumber Ghouls. Luckily, there's not a second Nova. Sheik doesn't have a Town Portal or a Staff. This is risky as hell. It is Dreadlord third, by the way. Oh, he cancels it. Or no, that's Sheik going for Dreadlord second. What? He's playing Lich Dreadlord. And he's definitely going for Necromancers, right? Or is he playing pure Ghoul? Because he's getting +2 attack for Ghouls, but that's also for Necro Summons. I don't know what Sheik's doing, okay? Your guess is as good as mine. Happy Halloween Dreadlord Day? True. Have you ever won a game versus a pro with Orc? I don't know if I have. Depends what you consider a pro, I guess. But let's just say no for now. Is that a third crypt? You silly Billy Sheik. Just pure glass cannon. He's going to sleep the DK, Nova, and just have 100 ghouls. With Frenzy soon enough now that Tier 3 finishes. Very low on lumber is Lucifer because he had to pull the ghouls so many times to defend the harass. Which was necessary, but now he can't. He could have counter-expanded long ago had he not got harassed. Bitter Mana was also forced at some point. Maybe it was even sold. I don't remember it being used. Okay, now we're getting Gargs. Oh, Zeppelin returns the harassing ghouls. Lucifer continues to creep. No third hero for him just yet. Cryptlord third for Sheik. Lich, Dreadlord, Cryptlord. I feel like if Lucifer gets a counter expo up and just goes Dark Ranger third, he's just going to own every fight. Now it's mass AoE, Carrion Swarm, Impale, Nova, but like one good silence and a focus fire onto Lich and you have no coil? I don't know about that, man.
A player's forces are under attack.
Expo is scouted. Acolyte actually going to be killed. Lucifer's creeping pretty good. There's his Dark Ranger third. Sheik using this time to also get his own red camp. He didn't go Carrion. Oh, he didn't go Carrion. What the hell? I mean, sleep is very good. You tend to have a lot of sleeps if that's what you're using exclusively your mana for, so you can just spam sleep on the DK over and over again, and even if Lucifer micros perfectly, it's still very difficult to deal with. Because you're getting slept like 8 times in a row in the fight. With pretty much no cooldown. Nice timing on the Expo cancel. TP back. How aggressive will he TP? Here? Yeah, defensively. Oh, he Nova's the fake Lich. Impale lands. Fiends, oh my god, and the sleep. The combo lands. It couldn't have landed better for Sheik. It was absolutely perfect. And here's the sleep. Like, he is waking the DK up, but it's just going to get slept over and over again. It's so sick. 3 Destros morphed, which is going to be pretty good because all the Gargs are now dead. So the ghouls are getting cleaned up. Lucifer's killing quite a few units. Oh, the sleep again. It's just so hard to deal with. There's infinite sleeps. He's still got sleeps left over. Oh, is there a sleep? No. A little bit delayed on that last one. Needs to be careful not to lose the Lich here. Impale, he's going to sleep the DK. Oh, he doesn't land the sleep. Lucifer with a pretty good fight considering the start. Look at the supply and the expansion's up. There just wasn't enough Gargs to deal with the Destroyers, so all the ghouls were essentially fodder there for Sheik. Expansion's up. We got a game, everybody. Very, very fun. Oh, just don't lose your DK. and we got a game. Destroform is done, so he could save the statue. Push him with vulnerability. Lose your DK. No! And now 3 Gargs come in to clean up the Destroyers. If only the DK was alive. All the heroes are more or less out of mana, but there is still sleep on the Dreadlord. eats a Garg to get a Nova. Gonna try to kill the Lich, which it seems like he will successfully do. Yes, Sleep gonna secure that kill, and I think that'll secure game 1. It was a good fight from Lucifer, but just what a powerful combo. Now that is some innovation from Sheik. We've seen 2 fun strategies out of Undeads today. The Criplord Dreadlord combo, and now the Lich Dreadlord Criplord. Oh, man. People say Undead don't have only one strategy. Undead got a lot of stuff these days, I feel like. Okay, Sheik with the 1-0. Let's go over to this screen. What is the next map? Springtime will be Lucifer's loser map. All right, sorry. Okay, and we're all good. Here we go. Game number 2. Just doing some adminning behind the scenes, everybody. Also, DR first a lot these days, definitely. We saw some Pally Rifle today, I think, as well, didn't we? The apparently dead strategy. Not so dead after all, is it now? Saul. I won't spoil the results if you haven't seen them. I'll just make this group now. HawK. Okay, game number 2. All my adminning is done. Of course, Starbuck will be playing HawK after this match, and the winner of this is going to be playing Chaemiko. Sheik in the upper left is the blue, bottom right, Lucifer. Going for the Criplord this time. Sheik going for Lich again. Not changing a broken system. Gotta respect it. Criplord. Criplord against Lich. Not something I'm very familiar with. Gamba? The Gamba was for the whole series. It was for the whole best of 3. Acolyte Scout. And we'll see if it will be an expansion again for Sheik. Lich Expo is more or less the standard, I would say. It was a long time we were seeing Lich versus Lich Expo for both players. Does he Nova the Acolyte? Always a question of whether or not to just kill it. Yeah, he does just kill it. And then runs down. He runs down when there's still vision for Lucifer. Lucifer saw where Sheik was moving. If he was looking, at least. Acolyte pulling at least a level 1 creep. Being a little bit annoying. But Lucifer finishes most of it. Cool to see players like Sheik blend game types into their style. You can see the FFA style when he plays solo. Also, he's so far mechanically better than Lucy. It doesn't really matter what he does. He's just having fun. He does play a very FFA style in the late game, for sure. And you know that's what he's doing because he actually plays FFA. So Sheik starting the pressure. No Impale yet to go for a surround. Cloak is actually nice on the Crypt Lord. And Sheik is teching. Okay, after the Nerubian. Lucifer with no forward Ziggurat in his base, by the way. Nice Nova. That's going to be one ghoul killed. Maybe a deny with the Ritual Dagger. Not quite, but buys a lot of time with it. There's one more Nova, which could mean one more ghoul kill with a near guaranteed outcome. Nerubian helping out a lot. An Acolyte died over here to a Beetle, as it seems. One more Nova, one more kill. Ritual Dagger could have been used on either of these to deny experience, but Lich is nowhere near level 2 just yet. One more Ghoul microed for both players to the back. Should be no real reason Lucifer loses any more Ghouls here. He's into his base, he's got the Nerubian, and there's no more Nova. Looks like it'll be a 2-to-1 trade with this Nerubian securing a kill. Sheik not really microing that Ghoul. There is an Impale, but Lucifer doesn't want to burn it. There's the Ritual Dagger and tech for both. Started 70 seconds away. Yeah, more or less even for both players. Beetles scouting, but they won't get any kills in the main of Sheik. And creeping will continue. Boots of speed here, most likely. Maybe a staff even as well. No. Can't afford all of the items right now. Ghouls towards the mercenary camp, and that'll be an easy peasy level 2 for Sheik.
The player's forces are under attack.
Sorry, need to blow my nose. Creeping. Done now over there, buys a Berserker. And Harass will start. Crippler's almost level 3. Sheik is still a ways away, but he has a Nova to secure the Sasquatch. Unless he impales the Lich. Yeah, there's the Impale on the Lich as the arms are in the air. Perfectly done from Lucifer. Will lose a Ghoul for his troubles, but does deny it. Oh, the Priest actually gets stolen, though. Still level 3 Crippler's a level 3 Crippler at the end of the day. Death Knight now coming out. Should be for both players. Maybe Sheik wants level 3 before he gets a secondary hero. Paragon Vitality picked up. And the creeping just continues for Lucifer. Love this follow-up camp. So much experience to be gained if you're able to get it cleanly. Loses one Ghoul to creep. Slow is a little bit annoying. But just the Beetles pretty much right now. Risk-free creeping, more or less. And, you know, Cryptlord in most cases is like a I need an expansion sort of hero. Like, I need to expo and win early on. I feel like it's like that versus Orc. I feel like it's like that in versus Human, of course. But in Undead Mirror, unless it's Gargs for the Lich, Impale's pretty damn good. It's nearly as good as Nova at high level in the fights, so maybe it's okay. The only issue with Cryptlord is you can't go Dark Ranger third because you need to have a Death Knight second, you need to have a Lich third, whereas Lich can go DK second, Dark Ranger third. So you miss out on that silence, but Impale is cooking in the late game. So much so that players often even go Cryptlord third with more standard first heroes. So we'll see how it plays out. Long story short, just because Lucifer doesn't have an expansion doesn't mean that he's in a bad spot. Invis pot. Love the Invis pot. Like, instantly daytime, picking up an Invis pot, I think, is a very underutilized play. Very, very strong to do this. Because, of course, he's going to be creeping up his Death Knight in a second. He has no use for his Lich being nearby when he wants to get DK3. Lich is having a little bit of trouble finding Lucifer, as it seems. Crippler gets 4. Nice items for his Lich in the future. But with the way this series is going, is Dreadlord or something. I do like Dreadlord in Undead Mirror. Like the pure amount of sleeps you can do.
A player's forces are under attack.
As good as Dark Ranger is, of course, Black Arrow is insane. Silence can hit multiple heroes. I think, like, if you go Lich, DK, Dreadlord, could be really good. There, he breaks the invis. Just being annoying. Attacks the statue right away. Impale. But he can get the Polar Bear here. There it is. A lot of experience stolen. Value is value. That's only 100 gold, and he gets the 3rd last hit. That's the whole creep camp except for the Ogre Magi. Very well done from Sheik. The power of the Lich coming into play right here. But he is creeping the DK as well behind this. There's not much Lucifer can do. Another Nova. And the DK's creeping. Not with a ton of units, but brings the Lich in to help out. And Starbuck and HawK have started vetoes. Starbuck will be playing Orc as expected. So we get to see a little bit of Orc, everybody. Very fun. No Night Elves, though. The Night Elf players are going to be a little bit sad. I'm sorry. Alright, 4, almost 3, almost 2 versus almost 4, almost 3. If that makes sense. Where is Sheik right now? Is he in a Zeppelin? Where's his army? Oh, it's over here. Okay. Boneyard, everybody. Bone saws ready. A quick boneyard. Frostworms are another thing that are just damn good units that just aren't seen enough because Happy doesn't play them. But they are good. Ghoul for free if he wants it. Lich has to be a little bit careful. Where's the Death Knight? Doesn't want to burn that potion of vulnerability. Doesn't have to, but almost a disaster. Impale. Lucifer finding some serious value. The Boneyard gets no value for the longest amount of time. Crippler 3rd as well. Nice finds for Lucifer. Enough space to expand behind. He's feeling confident now. Maybe he can even snag the red camp. Worm is affordable. It's on its way. 65 seconds for that bad boy. By then, the gold mine will be finished. Lucifer wants the red. God, they're both playing so creative. It's really nice to see. As a Ted Fiends enjoyer in Undead Mirror, it's nice to see some different creative plays that aren't just cheese, you know, that aren't just Dreadlord expansion with 2 Crypt Ghouls or like some weird all-in. Like, it's late game options that are different. Cryptlord first on one base into a tier 3 Expo, Lich DK Cryptlord into Frostworms. Like, these aren't weird cheesy builds, but they are different from the standard Ted Fiends or Lich Ghouls sort of style. Claws plus 12 is ridiculous. Is on the Lich instantly. Look at this Lich. Like, I gotta say, this Lich alone is winning the game for Lucifer. Even no matter what happens when the worm comes out, the Lich alone will win the game. These items are too insane. They're too insane to not win by default. Does it get better? Like, he could have another clause plus 8. He could get another clause plus 12 and replace the plus 5. I just don't think. Here's the worm. Okay, this is a very important timing for Sheik. First worm is out. Expo is finishing, but hasn't paid for itself yet. Sheik has to make a move soon. Gloves of Haste better at this point? Maybe better than the clause plus 5, I'll admit. A circlet might even be better than that. But who needs Gloves of Haste if you get 1 Necromancer for Unholy Frenzy? Okay? I don't think people quite realize I'm becoming a Necromancer enjoyer in my old age. I know. It's rough out here. But Unholy Frenzy is 75% bonus attack speed with pretty much no downside. It's just 75% attack speed. It is so good. It's unreal. We need to see more of it. Another red camp. Imagine he gets another claws plus 12. And he gets Hood of Cunning. Unfortunately, not a very good item. Oh, wait, no, it's extra intelligence, right? For the Lich. It is insane for the Lich. Swap it out for the claws. Soon you'll be the Pitlord Cleave Frenzy style. I have yet to do that versus Orc just yet. I only do Necros versus Night Elf. But maybe I will get there. Maybe. For now, I'm just learning Standard.
A player's forces are under attack.
Frostworm. Double Frostworm. Bonesaw definitely is here right now. This Lich is just so crazy, though, man. Okay, one Fiend goes down. Hero Focus, more or less. Look at the Lich, man. Look how quickly he's killing a Frostworm. 1,300 HP. The Lich does 5 auto attacks. Oh, because you got to remember, with the Orb, it's not just plus 33 damage. With the Orb, it's like, he's got like plus 45 or plus 50 with these auto attacks. Because every time the Lich hits, he's got that Orb effect on everything he's focusing. Both worms are dead. 34 versus 50 supply. This seems like Lucifer's game, everybody. Sheik calls GG, and we're going to game 3, and I couldn't be happier to see another round between these two. Hell yeah. Boulder Vale is map 3. I think a way to make Necros more playable would be making the Frenzy the first spell. That could be cool. And the Frenzy side effect change to affect units being reclassified as undead. Oh, I see what you mean. So Unholy Frenzy would make a Naga I think that's very broken. Darkwing Duck, 100 months. We get some applause in the chat for Darkwing Duck with the 100-month Prime. I mean, come on, man. 8 years and 4 months. Big 100. Big 100. Major applause. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Huge. Huge. 100 months. Very beautiful. Is that a new badge? Thanks, Bezos paid for it. Is that 100 months of Prime? Hell yeah, dude. You never wasted it. Incredible. All right, game number 3 on Boulder Vale. This game dedicated to Darkwing Duck for 100 months of support. Okay, here we go. Let us check it out. Bottom left, Sheik. Upper right is Lucifer. Has Prime existed for so long? That would be 2017? 2017? So I think, yeah, definitely it has. Yeah, I started subscribing in like, what, June 2017? Is that when you started subbing? Or July 20, one of the either June or July 2017. Alright, Cryptlord for Lucifer. Lich for Sheik. I mean, Cryptlord worked last map. Why shouldn't it work this time? Skimmy with the 5 gifted. Skimitar, I really appreciate that. 860 gift subs in this channel, my man. Who got a gift sub? Antelope got a gift sub. Fast Giga got a gift sub. Piz Wasser got a gift sub. McNeil and Nekutane. Thank you for those 5. Appreciate that, Skimitar. My dude. My dude. My main man. With tons of support recently. I saw you during War 3 Champions. I see you out there. What was that guy's name? Piz Wasser.
A player's forces are under attack.
Is that a different language, or is that just a sick name in English? I don't know, dude, but I respect that. I hope he resubscribes for 100 months. The name always gives people... I don't know what's funny about it, but I don't know, man. Okay, Lich goes straight across the map, wasting no time. Lucifer struggling a little bit with his first camp, but don't worry, it won't get denied by the Nerubian. Could have if it was done.
A player's forces are under attack.
Beetle scouting everything, prompting Lucifer to be very passive. What I can't believe, back to the Unholy Frenzy thing I've been thinking about, I can't believe Unholy Frenzy was AoE for a little bit, and that wasn't, like, the most crazy imbalanced thing. Because it was, but people just didn't use it. But, like, 75% attack speed on everything, I think it was at tier 2 as well, and all you have to do is, like, sacrifice 1 Acolyte or 1 Ghoul to use it in AoE. Absolutely ridiculous. That probably was game-breaking, but no one ever used it. There was probably unstoppable tier 2 timings with a single Necromancer. A lot of pressure, but tech coming through.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, actually no tech yet for Sheik, but there it is, as soon as he has the lumber. Interesting base build from Lucifer. I kind of like it. It's just like that. Fitting the graveyard in there is crazy town. Oh, your name is from the GTA series. Pizwasser. Very nice.
A player's forces are under
Boots of
attack.
speed, no doubt, for that Lich. Sells the Ritual Dagger. Just a very passive early game. But Lucifer didn't struggle with this sort of an early game last time. He was fine with it. Maybe Sheik will go for a more standard army composition this time around, other than, just straight going for Frostworms. Neither player being allowed to creep. Acolyte goes down. Making you think that Impale first isn't too bad in this situation, but he did already skill Beetles a long time ago. And Sheik just going to take 1 Ghoul, because of course with a Nova you can always get single kills. Denied. But Nova's just such a pricey spell that you tend to want more, but 2 Ghouls is 2 Ghouls.
A player's forces are under attack.
And definitely a good start for Sheik, but overall slow game from both players. There's no Nova, but he's been really good with the auto attacks. Doesn't get it this time. Still no Nova. Could ritual one of these skeletons to get a Nova. Does. But just takes a Ghoul kill. Was that 4 Ghouls dead? This is going to be 5. That's a lot of Ghouls. Denies it with the Ritual Dagger.
Player's forces are under attack.
Tech is finishing for Sheik. Immediately tier 3. For both, the tech more or less is evened out. I think Lucifer delayed his tech a little bit to get the DK out quicker. First Fiend is now here. Ghouls are starting to be pressured a little bit, but Sheik has no real reason to lose any ghouls. There's no Impale yet. There's no Unholy Aura to chase them down. So just a very clean early game from Sheik, who's on his way now to level 3 Lich with a DK coming out. If he can creep one more camp before that DK comes out, get level 3, and then at daytime get an Invis pot again and just do it all over again, even though obviously he lost last game, it wasn't because of that stage of the game. That was very well done from him. I could see a repeat. Like, imagine he pulls ghouls, you know, creeps his shop, Invis pot, DK comes out, starts creeping this while the Lich harasses. Could be very solid. I mean, he could do it without the Invis pot as well, no doubt. But once there's Impale, it's going to start getting a little bit more risky for Sheik. Because he's got no staff, no TP. Oh, he's got to be careful. He's about to get Impale in a second. Lucifer, no doubt, is aware. Oh, but his Crypt Lord wasn't positioned. If he had positioned the Crypt Lord properly, the Lich is dead. Right there. Ghouls coming across with the DK. I'm surprised Sheik's being so aggressive. Oh, Impale. Instead goes for the DK. That's a big Impale from Lucifer. The first of many. And he's going to hope they're all that good. Nova now on a Fiend. There is no coil available. Another Impale. I don't know how many ghouls have died, but it's got to be at least 3, 4 now. 3 or 4. Not 3, 4. That's not a number. And almost a coil. He was 1 mana off. Sheik saves that ghoul with a coil. That's 2 Fiends going down for Lucifer, not to mention the 4 ghouls from the early game. Nova. Statue comes in, helping out those ghouls. Was the giant wolf picked up by Lucifer during the chaos of that fight?
The player's forces are under attack.
Oh, Dreadlord 3rd now. I like the Dreadlord 3rd. Especially with a high-level Lich, which, you know, you're going to tend to have if you're playing Lich first as opposed to Death Knight first. Just spamming Sleep is really good. It might be better than Silence. Now, the second ability of Dreadlord isn't as strong. Like, Black Arrow is really good for the Dark Ranger. But yeah, Sleep is pretty good. It's just very difficult to deal with in the chaos of a fight. Because, like, even if you micro against Sleep perfectly, you still are kind of getting screwed up by it a little bit. Frenzy Ghouls, and a second Crypt coming up for Sheik. Yeah, but Destros are really, really good if there's no Gargs, which the first Garg is coming out now for Sheik as well. Lucifer wants to fight now while there's no Gargs. Focus fire on the Lich. Sleep on the Lich. Surrounded. Has a potion of vulnerability. Does pop it. Has 1 more Nova. So far a good fight for Lucifer. Has 1 more Impale in a second. Well, in 12 mana. Again goes for the Lich. Is there another coil? There is 1 more. Sleep now on the DK. Lich gets counter surrounded by a Fiend. Lich is running away. 1 guard comes in. Is there web? Yes, there is web. Gonna kill the first Garg. Lich still being chased by Frenzy Ghouls. Needs to be microed. He's running into the creeps. Don't want to do that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Does realize. Okay, good. 1 Fiend being chased down, but is supported by Unholy Aura. Sheik does not yet have Unholy Aura. Morphs that statue. And the Lich can't do it on its own. Fiend does go down. Sleep now on the Crypt Lord. There's no TP to get out. We gotta fight our way out here. Cannot afford to lose this hero. Impale lands. Does fight his way out. Crazy fight here. Oh, Dark Ritual. Unholy Aura. Trying to block. The Fiend might... Nope, actually Fiend gets out too. Lucifer very close to losing a lot of things, but gets out of there. Only, I think, losing one Fiend in the whole fight? Is that right? Maybe a statue as well? I feel like he had a Destro and 2 statues at the start.
A player's forces are under attack.
But overall, chaotic fight, but I think favoring Lucifer. Sheik immediately goes for the red, knowing that Lucifer is going to be really afraid at this point, because he almost could have lost the game right there. And typically when that happens, players are going to go back to creeping passively, which means you can take very aggressive camps. Wouldn't be surprised to see Sheik beeline it across the map for the next red in this position. Wouldn't be the most efficient play, but Sheik's done crazier. And yeah, Lucifer taking the most safe camps he can, but he's got 2 oranges and a red. And a shop, actually. 3 oranges and a red available. And Sheik is actually going to go straight across the map. I think that's a nice play from him. Seems like the right way to play the map right now. Camp and shop, they're very close to each other, but it is nighttime, so vision ends about right here for Sheik and about right here for Lucifer. Daytime would probably close the gap. But right now, ships in the night, literally. Well, we're not on Warhail, not quite literally. And Sheik now sees him. He knows. Old Lightning Shield is making this really annoying. Sleep on the Crippler. There is a TP. I think he needs to burn it. But if he uses the TP, he's going to lose all the Fiends. Spamming Sleep on the Criplord. Gargs get onto the Destro. And he can't even morph any more statues because there's too many Gargs right now. Trying to fight with the scraps that he has is Lucifer. Dreadlord has some more sleeps. 37 against 48. Burrow on the Fiend. Potion of Vulnerability to save the Lich. DK being pressured a little bit. Lich also getting low. Oh, Impale. Does the Lich have anything to save? Heal Scroll, but wasn't able to even use it. So Lich goes down. Lucifer loses most of his army, but he kills the Lich. He's going to get another Garg. Yeah, there we go. Crazy game. Crazy series, really, between these two. All over the place. And not a single standard, more or less, game. It's always been some weird heroes. Last coil used. Lich back from the tavern with that heal scroll. Sleep now. Doesn't have 4 units to surround unless he has Stone Form on a Garg. Which would not surprise me if he had that, but he doesn't. Almost an Impale. 9 mana off on the Criplord. Then maybe we can go for the Lich again. He's got a Nova and an Impale, but there's 1 coil left. And TP swap to save the Lich. Okay. Lucifer survives. But in doing so, he might give up the upper left. Does he give up the red and instead go for these camps? He, of course, doesn't know that these camps are available, but he could go to the south of the map and get some good creeping. Not as good as Sheik is going to get for winning that fight. Consumable was a Book of the Dead. Really terrible. But that can make up for the unit that he didn't have to complete the surround. The 4th unit can be the Book of the Dead. And Lucifer wants to fight for the top of the map. They're going to fight for this red until one player loses the game. That's, I think, what they're deciding to do. Sheik a little bit timid. Red camp will go to Sheik. Lucifer getting some good creep in himself. Lich level 3 is up for grabs. Battle drums for Sheik, as well as the Hood of Cunning from earlier. Lich gets 3. 3-3-3 versus 4-3-3. With the bigger nuke... Actually, they both... He's got Carrion Swarm level 2 now. Oh, DK, careful! Pushing vulnerability, used immediately. Book of the Dead, just to create some chaos, but Destro morphed right away. Garg's mostly webbed, so they won't be able to kill the Destro so easily. Lich in the chaos goes down. Sheik maybe not realizing. I feel like he had a coil on the Death Knight. But he was too focused on saving his own Death Knight, and now all the Gargs get webbed. Statue in the middle of nowhere. Is Sheik really getting eliminated like this? He's very good at making comebacks, but this is Lucifer's game to lose now. Sheik's gotta... He's got to start cooking. He needs some sort of a plan to come back in this game. Lucifer's playing damn good, dude. I didn't think he was the favorite here. Especially after game 1, but he is owning. Is Lucifer going to waste no time? Does he buy TP and go into the main? Saying, I know you're not strong enough to hold this push. Buys a heal scroll and goes into the main. Potentially. Sheik's still getting more creeps on the map. Not easy to creep this rock golem right now. One bad creep jack and it could all be over. I guess Lucifer just doesn't know that these creep camps are available, because he assumed that Sheik had crept them earlier when they were both passive for that little bit of time. Altar, 37 seconds, could easily go down before the Lich comes back. Sheik might just have to accept that, though, and creep the next camp. Oh, Beetle is scouting. Altar is Dunzo. Lich, back from the tavern. Garg, if rallied correctly, won't die to web. I'm surprised Lucifer isn't putting a Fiend here, just to kill that Garg. Expansion coming up as well, and Sheik is just trying to creep. Maybe a tower in the main might be necessary. He could rebuild the crypt back here, but he's got 2 of them, so he should be okay. Okay, now he's TPing back. Gonna be very passive TP, though. Alright, how good and free-for-all are you, Sheik? Let's see. Buys a Rod of Necromancy. Oh, impale on all 3 heroes. Lucifer's just trying to end the game. Greater Heal and Coil save both heroes. All the Gargs webbed. More or less out of position, but at least they're hugging the Black Citadel. 1 Fiend already went down. 2 Fiends already go down. Impale again lands. There's another Nova. DK. Again, there's no altar to save the DK if it goes down, and it does go down. Oh, you guys got ads. I'm so sorry. Gargs all webbed out of position. And DK does use a Greater Heal. Sheik trying to hold. I just don't think he's got enough stuff. Destro gets webbed. Garg gets webbed. And unfortunately, I think Sheik is getting eliminated here. Oh, Carrion's Form Nova gets 1 Fiend. Take that. Oh, Dreadlord out of position. And GG is called. Lucifer does win 2-1 against Sheik. And he'll move on to face Starbuck. Oh, no, to face Chaemiko, sorry. Korean semifinal. But GG. Well played to both players there. Very fun series. I mean, come on. Undead Mirror's pretty fun, right? All right. So now we will have Starbuck versus HawK, Orc versus Human. We get to see Orc in at least one series today. But Starbuck has shown recently, even though he's without a doubt the best player in Europe, except for Happy, but he showed some cracks recently, right? He has been losing some series. Lost to Dice in the War III Champions Finals. So wouldn't call it an impossible series for HawK. Could see double upsets today, but it's definitely going to be difficult for HawK, no doubt, if Starbuck plays as good as he did against Death Note recently. Okay, HawK's loser map is going to be Warhail. It's not letting me pick Orc. Oh, Starbuck. The lobby's bugged a little bit. Or can you bet these matches? Well, you can do the bet on the prediction in the chat, which I'll do now. Damn, some points were probably earned there. I mean, I would have bet on Sheik. Okay, we're getting a rehost here. Need to predict HawK is winning. Is Pally Rifle good versus human? In human mirror? I don't know about that one. Oh. And game is starting, but I don't think it's going to work. But I'll do the prediction. In the meantime, who will win this best of 3? Will it be HawK or will it be Starbuck playing Orc, by the way? Of course. Very excited for this. Always like watching this matchup. And Starbuck is very good in this matchup. And of course, by very good, I mean I agree with the things that he does. If you do a strategy that I like, you are good in the matchup. That's how I call it. If you unsummon Altar of Darkness while on the way to tier 3, does attack halt? No, but that's kind of a cool thing. A cool thought. But no, production doesn't work like that. If you start something in production that has a requirement, and you lose the requirement, the production will still go, even if you just have it queued up as well. So like if you're about to lose your shop as an undead, and you don't have statues yet, and you quickly queue up 2 statues, even if your shop dies while the first statue's in production, the second statue will still build because it's queued up. So it's a good way, like if you're about to lose your graveyard, and you're like, oh, I need to build fiends, just queue up like 3 fiends at each crypt, and then at least those fiends will build while you're remaking your graveyard. All right, game number 1 is on Springtime. Here we go. Upper left here is Starbuck playing Orc. Farseer head under standard. Bottom right is HawK. Going Mountain King first. My man, I love it. Mountain King first can be so good. I think this is a great map for it as well. We've seen HawK beat Starbuck with MK first. It was a while ago, but we've seen it. Okay, how about if I unsummon my main while teching to tier 3, do I get all the gold back? That's a very interesting question. I don't know. Once upon a time, there was a trivia question where I asked Remo and Neo, if you unsummon your Black Citadel, how many resources do you get exactly? And I think Remo got it correct in that trivia. It's on YouTube from about 4 years ago, if you guys want to go check that out. Pretty good content, if I do say so myself. This coffee is cold. I'm still drinking it. Farseer straight across the map. Headhunters, of course, on their way. Mountain King has a priest, but this priest does not have Abolish, which makes it strong, but not imba like the other priests on some other maps. Bolt to secure the kill. Claws +8 is nice. It's not an Archmage, but it's still good. Even knows everything. That guy has a lot of game knowledge. Oh, priest has to be careful. Very squishy. Tower coming up in 40 seconds. We heard 1 peasant go down. It's totally acceptable to lose 1 peasant, I would say. Losing 2. Now we're getting a little spicy. Wolf. Oh, does get denied by the other wolf. He's really milking this resummon. That was the first summon of wolves there. A lot of value from Starbuck. And instantly, with the second summon, goes to the center. This so far is perfectly played by Starbuck. Because, of course, you can't pressure with Headhunters against the Mountain King. Every bolt is just a dead Headhunter, especially with Claws +8. So he does as much as he can with that first set of wolves, resummons, and instantly starts creeping again. He'll creep up to level 3. And then we'll see what his follow-up plan is. Probably Raider Walker, I would expect. Can also play double Bestiary, but you tend to want to do that with a fast tech. And HawK, of course, going to go for the expansion with Defend Footman.
A player's forces are under attack.
Starbuck is going for 6 Headhunters, as it seems. You sometimes will go for 4 Headhunters into a Grunt. But this is the much more Glass Cannon approach, where you're getting level 3 Farseer, and then you're not really worried about losing Headhunters. You're just trying to produce mass stuff that's eventually going to die to Bolt, but you're hoping to do a lot of damage before they all die to Bolt. It's approach from Starbuck, I think. This also helps creeping speed. 6 Headhunter is much better than 4 plus a Grunt for creeping. Budcrumbs, what's up, man? Thank you for the 3,215th gift sub to Carson's Hymn. Budcrumbs, my man. Appreciate you. That's a crazy amount of subs. Look at the crystal ball usage. Just knows his timings. This MK's level 3, and he'll see it, I think, with the tail end of that crystal ball. Farseer knows he has the space to creep this. But this is where it's very, very tricky. I'd say for both players, but more so for the Orc. Like, you cannot get caught out when the Mountain King gets level 3. You will lose every single unit to this Mountain King. Like, this Headhunter is dead. That's it. No bash. Farseer's got Cloak and a greater mana. Gonna try and do some damage, but might struggle. This Arcane Tower's already up. And it is gonna be a Torn Totem, TC, and a Bestiary eventually. This Mountain King has no real way of getting out. The Grunt blockading the Headhunters. This Grunt is just a sacrificial lamb. Will be denied easily by the Headhunters. Because it's Starbuck, I know he's going to deny it. Oh, okay, Bolt to secure it. But obviously, a necessary loss. You would rather lose that Grunt than lose 3 Headhunters. And the Farseer, I'm sorry I missed what was going on here, but very low, Jesus. Doesn't seem like he got many kills, too, looking at the experience. We can check the corpses over here as well. There's no corpses.
A player's forces are under attack.
TC's out. Oh, careful. He's going to get surrounded and lose his MK, isn't he? Oh, unfortunate for Starbuck. If he had gone Stomp, he would have killed that at Mountain King. But probably wants to go Shockwave in the future. That's a disappointing surround. Missed. At this skill level, I gotta say, Starbuck, you kind of gotta hit those, man. Kind of gotta hit those.
A player's forces are under attack.
But quick counter expansion. Very nice timing to counter expand. He knows the MK is low. He knows that HawK has probably just started. His tech is a little bit vulnerable right now, so Starbuck instantly goes for the tiny, or the slow expansion, not the tiny Great Hall, but should be able to successfully get it up. Farseer continues to be annoying, has the TP, and he's willing to burn it just to have good information and have good presence on the map. TC has yet to choose a skill point, but it's probably going to be Shockwave eventually.
A player's forces are under
And now this move across for Starbuck is just to make space for his Great Hall, to not allow it to get cancelled. Not like he feels like he's going to be able to win this fight, but especially if he goes back to the towers. But with that Stomp, it's a good start, a couple of kills. He's got Spirit Link. Another good Stomp, another Footman. But if these towers get up, it will be a not breakable expansion without Shockwave. Stormbolt barely does anything against Spirit Link. That's why you go for walkers in this situation. Berserker actually surrounded. Now some serious kills. One head in her falls. And Lightning kills another footman. And now Starbuck should... I mean, he's going to kill some peasants as well, but he could just leave and start creeping, because the MK lost every unit there that he's able to creep with. And Starbuck only lost one head on her. He could creep both center camps, and probably this shop. And HawK is just going to have to wait around to have units on tier 2. But Starbuck wants more. Mountain King gets surrounded. He's fighting with towers. Can he get to the shop? Not quite yet. Almost has a storm bolt. Can kill the walker with that bolt if he can get into range. Oh, he's risking it. Starbuck. Very close to losing a lot. Walker actually microed out. Clarity canceled. Spirit Link wore off on the Torn Chieftain. Oh, and he gets a bash. He's going to lose his TC. Does he have bolt cooldown? 2 seconds, 1 second. Just going to have to take the head under. Doesn't even get it. And what do you know? Expansion's up. Close. Close for HawK. Like, he almost got a lot of value. But again, the issue is Starbuck has way more to creep with now. And Blood Mage second. HawK gonna leverage this high-level Mountain King. Level 5 MK with a Blood Mage. It does a lot of damage. Does a whole lot of damage. But we'll see if he's able to get level 5. Double heal scroll now. And a scroll of the beast. Starbuck could just repush. He's missing one set of salves, which, okay, TC's going back to get mana and to heal up those headhunters. Very, very clean play from Starbuck. Heals up the walker as well. And then I think he should just go. He's got a strong timing.
A player's forces are under attack.
HawK just trying to stabilize a little bit. If he can get 5-2 heroes for Banish Bolt and for Siphon, of course, and level 3 Bolt, it'll be very good. Starbuck level 4 Farseer right around the corner. Pillage now as well. And he might need that in the future. If this MK gets out of hand, he might need it. Claws plus 8. Sold the other Claws plus 8 from earlier. Yo, Trustled. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I really appreciate that. I'll read those names in a second here. Very, very kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, one Raider out of position. Bolted instantly. Scroll the Beast, Speed Scroll, Chain Lightning on the first Priest. Mount King in the middle of everything. Sweet Jesus. Bolting... I don't think the Farseer should be the target right now. I don't think you're going to get that kill when there's Spirit Link right now. Need to go for the Raiders. Potion of Healing used on the Blood Mage. TP could be swapped. Should swap it. He didn't swap. He didn't think he was going to level up. He got banished. Somehow he died during banish. Maybe it was to the Stomp. Oh, no, it was to the Walker auto attack. Unfortunately, he leveled up. He was just going to let it die, but then he leveled up. He was like, oh, no, I should have TP'd. Unfortunate. Riflemen do good damage, but the TC still very healthy. Clarity Potion. One more bolt maybe can kill the Walker. Heal Scroll saves it. Spirit Link. Oh, almost gets that save on the Walker. Mountain King 1 kill away from level 5. Needs to be careful. Does TP out in the end. Kodo got a Rifleman. This game's getting pretty spicy. MK TP is not very safe. Blood Mage back in 30 seconds. HawK just needs a second. He just needs a second, but Starbuck isn't giving it to him, and Starbuck's also going tier 3 behind this push, so he's got to follow up. Always plans within plans. He's not just blindly pushing and hoping to win. He has a follow-up behind this push. Trussell gifted subs. Who got one? Sindant, Sotake, Urigan 780, and Kanu and Frisian. Thank you very much, Trustled. Very kind of you. Very generous. Blood Mage is back. HawK trying to hold on. There's going to be Tauren soon. Second Tauren totem coming up as well.
A player's forces are under attack.
Still, I mean, Mountain King level 5 is a beast, which you'll get here from the wolf. There it is. Careful with the rifleman. Realizes. Oh, the caster's got out of position. Another TP rebot. Oh, banished to try to keep the TC at bay. Wasn't able to bolt. One stomp used. Militia are kind of called. HawK is just trying to hold on, man. Siphoning away the last mana. There's no Chain Lightning right now, so the Blood Mage is safe. We're pretty much down to just heroes. I mean, they're strong heroes, but GG will be called, and that's 1-0 for Starbuck. Very, very clean first game from him. Didn't really give him any opportunities there. Everything, I mean, more or less a perfect game from Starbuck, honestly. It was very well played. I mean, I'm trying to think of any mistakes that Starbuck really made that game. I don't think he made any, honestly. Like, and he was going tier 3 with a second Tauren totem behind that, with +1 attack upgrades for the Taurens. I didn't quite get a lumber count or a peon count, but I think his economy was totally fine. Like, I don't think there was any mistakes from Starbuck. A flawless game. And we go into Warhail. All right, game number 2. And then we will have Lucifer versus Chaemiko after. Oh, I should make a group for that really quick. One more DM, and then we'll jump into game number 2. Just got a message with Lucifer. All right, here we go. Game 2. My favorite map to watch currently, Warhail. Just always has exciting games. We've had some nice games on Scrimmage as well, but Warhail has been a lot of fun, especially when we got the Captain Starbuck. Who's playing a Tavern build? He's playing Dark Ranger, which I'm sorry to say, Dark Ranger sucks against Mountain King first. It's terrible against MK first. As always, human has the easiest solution to the cheese. As always, human players, you have it so easy. Barely even have to think of a counter against all these builds. But this is, I mean, maybe it's different. You know what? There was a build that I played on ladder a little bit. Now, it wasn't a good build, but I think it was a fun build. Where you would go for a Tavern Hero. I was doing this against Night Elf, but I'd go for a Tavern Hero, and I'd go for a quick boat, because this boat spawns really quickly in the game before your hero even comes out, and then you tower rush with a boat. Like, you build towers right here, and you have the boat here that saves all your workers and all your units, and then you just crawl towers towards their base. Will be the Dark Ranger. But, I mean, again, I'll say it. Dark Ranger is terrible against Mountain King, especially when he gets level 2. There's a bolt. Will be a counter surround, but that's a locked-in surround. Oh, and it begins. Dark Ranger's just dead. He killed one peasant. Wouldn't it have been nice to have a boat, Starbuck? You could have had a boat, man. Somebody tell him you could have a boat. Is he streaming right now? Go to his chat and say you could have a boat right now. Nothing. Dark Ranger wouldn't have died. He was on the water, man. Could have had a boat. Didn't have to be like this, man. Dark Ranger's back in 6 seconds. Come on, Starbuck, buy a boat. You know you want to. 4th grunt coming out. I need to check the main base really quick. 3 burrows before tech. This is a weird all-in. Oh, almost a surround. A dry surround would be really nice because then he can save the bolt for the Dark Ranger. Of course, he's got bash for the life drain as well. Bash surround on the grunt. Is he going to give HP to the grunt? They're taking it from the Mountain King. Bolt. Doesn't bolt. Does he not want the grunt kill? I suppose he's happy with the damage he did. Nice counter surround on the left-hand side. Oh, but he locks in the surround. What insane micro from HawK to replace the surround like that. Very subtle, but not easy to do what he just did, as clean as he did it. Starbuck, a boat again. Somebody got to tell this guy. You know, you got to sail the 7 seas against the Mountain King. You should buy a boat with the same peon that picks up the hero. You know? Pick up the hero, then send the peon here or send the peon here, grab the boat. It costs less than a grunt. It costs 170 gold. Okay, he's got pillage. He's got a quick shop close by. And he's gonna... Creeping with the Dark Ranger is actually a way to just heal up. It's not a way you take damage, it's a way you recover from damage, which is the opposite of Orc normally. Peon's being pulled. I'm serious, you guys. Okay, shop, is it going to be canceled? It does cancel it last second. I swearness. I'm serious, you guys. A boat would really have made the difference in this game. I'm not even trolling. I know I joke a lot about the boat, but it would seriously have saved the game. It would have made it so clean for Starbuck. Is he going to do it now, please? You know you want it. You know you want it, Starbuck. I have never seen a tower built there in my life, let me tell you. This is such a cool strat. Alright, HawK. Full mana on the Mountain King. Again, just dives for the Dark Ranger. And does lock in the surround yet again. And he can't even life drain because he's going to get bolted as soon as he does. Dark Ranger goes down. He's got a boat, but it's too late. It would have saved him. It would have saved you every time, Starbuck. It would have saved you all 3 times you got surrounded. But unfortunately, too little too late. And GG is called. It was so close to so beautiful. It was so close to so beautiful. If only, man. If only. Starbuck might have lost the game, but he won our hearts. He's just got to buy the boat. That's all we need, man. A broken record. Probably even annoying. But I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. Okay, it's 1-1. A little bit of fun from Starbuck. We do a little bit of trolling. And now let's go into game 3. We go into Hammerfall, and I imagine Starbuck is going to go to a much more standard strategy after that. Hey, if he was up against an Archmage, much different game, but Mountain King destroys Dark Ranger. All right, let's go to game 3. On a... I want to say, it feels like a good human map, but this is Starbuck's loser map. I guess the map pool is quite small, though, so it doesn't have many options, but Hammerfall it is. Let's see the strat. Upper left here's HawK. you know, we can talk about Starbuck all we want in that last game, but HawK, very cool, calm, collected, easily defends it. You know, proving why cheeses just don't work at this skill level a lot of the time, because the micro is just so on point. HawK easily destroying that build. A build that many of us would have lost to. Nearly all of us would have lost to. HawK makes it look like it's impossible to win with it. So respect for that. There's a reason why standard is standard, and for now we have what seems to be a fast tech Farseer. I wonder if he'll creep the turtles for level 2 with just the Farseer, or if he'll go straight across. Typically we do see an expansion here. It will be Archmage as well. Oops. Just trying to finish my adminning duties. Okay. Fast tech indeed. And do we have a War Mill Barracks combo? Okay, I thought at first we were going to see something crazy, because the fact that HawK's played Mountain King twice could incentivize Starbuck to go for fast Wind Riders if he wanted to be completely, you know, crazy sauce. But obviously it's Archmage now, so I'm glad for Starbuck's sake that he did not go for Wind Riders like that. Much harder to pull off air units against a hero that is, you know, intrinsically anti-air. Ontologically anti-air. That would have been the perfect way to finish that sentence. But I just couldn't remember the word.
A player's town is under attack.
Wolves again, milking the value as much as possible. This is still the first summon. He's just getting as much value as he can out of them, forcing as many militia as he can. Last hit up for grabs does go to the Farseer, who gets Mantle as well as Claws. Uh-oh, Starbuck. Things are looking a little rough. It will be tier 1 from HawK. No expansion attempted here. Wolf summon again. Starbuck, when he sees the tech timing, he probably should back up and creep himself, because you do not want to have a low-level Farseer against a fast-teching human. This is old news. This is something all high-level Orc players are aware of. And Starbuck, once this grunt comes out, should probably try to snag these camps if he can. Four out of 5? That is 5. It's all good. Yeah. Did fix it if it was 4 out of 5 for a second there.
Players' forces are under attack.
TC coming out now. Fast tech coming into play. Defend is going to finish soon, but that'll only be good against burrows if HawK can get in to the burrows. Boots of speed now. Double grunt is out. I'm getting worried for Starbuck, man. The Farseer is still 25 experience only. And on top of that, Archmage is going to get level 3. As long as he can snag this. Luckily, there wasn't another clause for the Archmage. At least Starbuck has that going for him. Yeah, Spirit Lodge, because he knows there will be level 2 water elementals. Spirit Lodge should be done on time to deal with the Archmage pressure. Farseer salving up in the back. There's level 3. He's taking a lot of damage on his Archmage for no real reason. There is Ring on the ground. Does he want to go back to grab that? Vader coming out with Ensnare. Second water elemental. Okay, now first shaman on the way. Nice macro from Starbuck. Instantly starting that shaman. And oh boy, is he going to need it. It is 2 Sanctum. Okay, I thought we might see double Sanctum because we got boots of speed on the Archmage and we got early defend. But yeah, this is cool. No rifle caster. Even though it was a relatively fast tech. Double Sanctum. Starbuck goes for a quick second Raider. I like that. So many times in the past I would play like a quick Kodo or a quick Wind Rider. I would never think to go 2 of the same unit early on out of the bestiary, but to just get 2 Raiders off the rip, I think is pretty good, honestly. Shaman purged once and got the hell out of there. It's a second Shaman coming out, and then a third. And HawK has to back up. Really didn't do anything with the level 3 timing. But we'll see if HawK goes for an expansion, question mark? I don't know. Really don't often see double Sanctum play. It's always either Rifle Caster or Fast Expo, so interested to see how HawK plays this from here on out. Starbuck could go for a Kodo now, or even a Wind Rider. Or a third Raider. Nothing would surprise me. But without a doubt, Starbuck has a stronger army right now. Saving the skill point, could go for Shockwave. Did he get the other ring? I think there's still a ring over here. And there is one Wind Rider, so Starbuck recognizes that it's 2 Sanctum. I don't even think he's seen that it's 2 Sanctum or scouted the army yet, but he just intuitively knows based on how HawK is playing. Nicely done. Oh, okay, micros it. I was a little bit worried for that Shaman with 130 mana as well. That would suck to lose. TC's going to get level 3 right here. And HawK seems like he is expoing. But he's expoing into a really strong timing for the Orc. There is Clap, no heal scroll for Starbuck just yet. And HawK has a potion of vulnerability. Maybe he could get his own heal scroll? Okay, this is going to be Expo canceled, and this is going to be Expo canceled. But the more costly cancel for HawK, no doubt. Yeah, you just got to give it up. Give it up, baby, give it up. We'll lose a lot of peasants, but lumber isn't too essential with this strategy. Casters are quite lumber cheap, especially if you're able to get Adept early on, which he already has it for his priests. Expo re-erected immediately. Wind Rider slowed, but kind of struggled to kill that. Mountain King did get level 3 in the meantime. Clap level 2 is pretty good. Chain Lightning. Shockwave, but not able to finish his food just yet, and Mountain King about to get a couple of kills. There's a nice Ensnare. Wind Rider coming back in. No longer slowed. Clap again. It's going to be 2 Raiders going down. TP out. A lot of casters died. Water Elemental finds the Expo. Oh, nice awareness from HawK, but can Starbuck defend? It's going to be close. 2 more hits. If he only had a Purge, has to cancel it. Nicely done.
A player's forces are under attack.
So Grunt and P online. Oh, damn, I didn't even notice. Grunt died and killed 1 peasant. Not worth it. But good call out, chat. Didn't notice that one. Does not bolt the Shaman. Instead, the Farseer is out of position. Will HawK get another surround? Ensnares the Mountain King that would have closed the surround. MK's got no mana right now. 1 Shaman goes down. This might have to be a TP for HawK right now. Trying to micro his way out, but it's just having no Mountain King mana makes this fight near impossible. Heal scroll purchased for Starbuck. Expo is being rebuilt. 1 mana stealing used there again on the MK. There's another shockwave. Careful with your Archmage. There's a chain lightning and a shockwave. Trying to run away, but you can't run away from double raiders. Losing so many units. He's going to lose 3 more casters. Gets back to his shop. I think Starbuck should just leave now, though. You know that he's going to get mana pots on the Mountain King. Just leave. Mountain King caught out a little bit. Don't get trapped by the slow and the bolt. Yeah, speed scroll away. And now you definitely cannot engage again, Starbuck, until you have a TP, until you have another speed scroll. Because if you get caught out by slow, by Stormbolt, by Clap, you're going to lose your whole army. So Starbuck playing cautiously very well. Bought as much time as he could to get the expansion up. But now he's got to be careful. Goes straight for the Archmage, but there's a big potion on the Archmage. All the casters got out of position again. We see the impact of the Wind Rider just to be able to focus down those units. And 10 seconds I don't think is enough time to cancel this. Maybe if he had a Sapper right here, right now. Damn, if he was here like 5 seconds earlier. Yeah, I think if he had, let's say 8 seconds longer, he could have canceled this with just a couple of units he had. TP out. Killing one more Raider before he gets out. Starbuck, did he use his heal scroll? He did actually use his heal scroll during all that chaos. What's HawK's next move? Maybe go for the red camp? Surprised he's not buying more mana potions on the Mountain King, but he does have Aura level 2 on the Archmage now. Expansion's mining. Starbuck definitely needs... Oh, he did get a heal scroll. Damn. Look how fast he went to the shop and got that. Didn't even notice he had gone there. HawK has no town portal. Sells a ring to I don't know what. He didn't buy anything. Oh, positioning. Chain Lightning lands. Shockwave hits 2 casters. Slow is kicking in. Wants to go for the TC. I guess you got to make big plays at this stage in the game. Kodo gets a Devour. Purges the slow away. Slurps 2 out of position to really re-slow. Clap hits everything. Shaman mana. Very low. He's only got mana on this one. Uses 2 of 3 purges. And speed scrolling away. Mountain King's out of mana now, though. He's got no mana potion. Slow landing. TC got to be careful. Shockwave is pretty okay. If he only had like 1 or 2 more claps. Starbuck with some nice micro. He's about to save tons of units to the back. Maybe 1 grunt will go down. Second Kodo doesn't get a Devour. He's microing against the Kodo, but misses now. There's a Stormbolt in the second. TC has a Potion of Vulnerability swapped over. Wind Rider and Grunt are going to die. Slow is starting to kick in. Level 4. Let's Clap hits everything! Uh-oh. This is where Mass Casters can come into play, because if you don't have a speed scroll to get out, you can just start to lose everything. Especially when you run out of mana to deal with the water elementals. There's no burrow here as well. Aura and Priests are working right now. Starbuck needs mana pots. He's trying to heal everything up. Remember, there's no TP to get out. But every second Starbuck gives to HawK is more mana recovered, is more health recovered. Clapping a little bit here. Purges away the water elemental. Kodo's get another Devour. That's 3 now that have been devoured. The first one already has been digested entirely. Again, we just got no mana on our Mountain King. Potion has to be swapped. But now the Archmage is going to be the target. Starbuck really aware of the items. Does he have Invis? He has no Adept on his Sorks, but he's healing up the Archmage. Chain Lightning does get level 5 on the TC. So close to HawK being able to maybe break this Expo, and the game could have continued, but I think this is going to be it. And Starbuck will get the 2-1. There's the GG, and Starbuck goes into the Grand Finals. HawK with a nice try. That'll be Starbuck going up against either Lucifer or Chaemiko. There's a chance we see more Starbuck Orc, actually. There is a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. Sorry, 1 second. I'm going to go to here for you guys. Just getting vetoes done for our next series. All right, and this will be our next series. And then best of 5 grand finals after this. So 2 more great series coming up. Is Chaemiko versus Lucifer. I'm going to go into a 3.5-minute break so they can get vetoes done. We'll be back with our next series, which will be an undead versus humans. Stay tuned and get tuned. Be right back. Oh, hello. How's it going? Still doing vetoes. Then we'll have a best of 3. Lucifer versus Chaemiko. Lucifer with a solid, surprising performance against Sheik. And Chaemiko with not practicing as much these days, maybe going to be, maybe around the same level as Sheik, honestly. Maybe slightly higher, but I'd say not too far off. So, not an impossible series for Lucifer, although, a few years ago it might have been. I just totally Chaemiko typed something in Korean, and I answered his question, even though I don't speak Korean. It makes it seem like I can read Korean, man. Giga Chad, absolute Giga Chad. Need to restart some stuff. Hold up. Absolute Giga Chat out of me. Alright, joining the game. There we go. All right, seems like Boulder Vale is going to be map number 1. Waiting for Starbuck to join. Starbuck. When game's starting, pretty much right now. Starbuck streaming. Someone tell him join the game. Wait, I'm going to a stream. I need a mute. He's going to have rap music. Oh, he's joining. Okay, very good. All right. That was almost a DMCA. Big time. Never start Starbucks stream without your desktop audio muted. Okay, Lucifer versus Chaemiko. Human versus Undead. Boulder Vale. Is the game starting or is the lobby bugged? Okay, the game is starting. Nice. Oh, let me do predictions. Starbuck there. Prediction again. For that tier 3 earlier, we gotta do predictions the whole day, alright? Who will win this best of 3? Korea versus Korea. Both players on like 0 ping, more or less. Should be a really great series. And of course, a series to determine what race Starbuck is going to play in the finals. If Chaemiko's able to win, Starbuck's going to be playing Orc. If Lucifer wins, Starbuck's going to be playing Human. So I'd root for the player. You want to see face Starbuck here. And here we go. Bottom left, Lucifer. 1 earlier on Boulder Vale against Sheik. Upper right is Chaemiko with the Archmage. And, oh, is this Ted Fiends? I like this on this map because the expansion, even though it doesn't look difficult, is actually very tricky to creep. It's got the cold arrow creep back here. It's got the big guy with evasion and a ton of HP. I do like it. Can really pressure the creeping, force a 1-base game. And 1 base with Ted Fiends against Human is a pretty comfortable position to be in. And not to mention, if he wanted to play Cripplord Expo, it would be tricky for him to expand as well. So, yeah, I do like this choice for Lucifer. Switching things up a little bit. And also, going Death Knight first early on in the series would probably be less risky potentially against Pally Rifle. Because if Chaemiko's going to play Pally Rifle, I doubt he's going to do it in map 1 because he's probably expecting Cripplord. But now that he sees Death Knight game 1, if Lucifer goes Cripplord game 2, is going to throw Chaemiko off if he wanted to play Pally Rifle in this series. If that makes sense. Might not make sense. If it doesn't, just ignore what I just said, and it's all good. Creeping begins for both, as scouted by the Acolyte, and scouted by the Footman. See, Chaemiko was even scouting for the Cripplord, but now he's going to see Nerubian, he's going to see a Graveyard, he's going to know that it's Ted Fiends. Will he play 1 base because of this, I wonder. Backpack as well, love this play. To bring the 2nd Rod on the first Fiend after the tech has started, so the harass can continue. Really great way to play this style. Acolyte getting confused, just confirming the whereabouts of the Archmage, because of course the AM could have gone around this way to the Expo, so he needs to see the Archmage to confirm what's going on. Lucifer gets claws, and a good chunk of experience from that creep camp. This creep camp doesn't mess around, actually. High value. Second Zig before first Fiend, and actually, is that a fourth Ghoul? No, that was the third Ghoul, pardon me. Is this bringing the rod? It doesn't look like it. Chaemiko does want to expand. Here's the militia called. Does have a fourth farm at the labs. So yeah, this is 100% an expansion. And it begins. Ghouls are here. 2 of them. DK goes around. 3 of them, in fact. Rebuilding the ghouls in the main. Level 2. From I don't know what, actually. Killed the water elemental, I guess, for level 2. Obviously can't coil the skeleton, but he can coil the enforcer. Does actually get it there. Lucifer with a great start. Pendant of Energy on the Archmage is okay in the future, but not going to be great right now. Another peasant goes down. Rod still has 1 charge, but the ghouls need to evacuate for the time being. And I'd say that's the successful harass for Lucifer. Lot of experience gained. It's going to sneakily go around. I think Chaemiko's aware of the DK positioning. But if Lucifer can snag 1 more peasant kill, I'd say that's worth. Needs to go around here and maybe get a coil. Okay, within coil range. Should be able to get the kill. There it is. And I'd say that's the end of the harass. Well, Chaemiko has boots. Wait a second. It's going to take about, what, 5 more auto attacks? There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Getting a little scared now. Needs to get back to the Nerubian Tower. He's got potions available. Alright, he's okay. Buys a potion, buys another rod.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Archmage going to get level 3. Replenish a potion's nice. Slippers. Weird items for the Archmage. Not ideal. Not a lot of bonus damage, or any at all. So we're trying to get level 3. Gonna get very close. Lich could not come at a more valuable time. Tier 2 on the way now for Chaemiko. Tier 3 not yet started for Lucifer, but he will after he defends this harass. No doubt. Oh, Wand of Negation. Huge in the defense. Level 3 on the DK. Coil to save an Acolyte. 1 still might go down. But how many footmen will go down? TP's out to save the footman. It's not a bad choice, because he would have lost every footman had he not town portaled. So how many did he save with that? 4? Maybe 5 footmen? So, of course, with the Nerubian and the Halls of the Dead and the Nova, you're not getting out with any footmen. And Lucifer goes across the map, trying to do some damage, but I think he should tech tier 3 when available. But for now, going to try to do some more pressure. Water Elemental didn't buy another Wand of Negation. Perhaps an oversight. Ooh, cancels the tower. Just needs to deal with the pesky Water Elemental.
A player's forces are under attack.
Coil Nova on the Archmage. No potions available just yet, but tier 2 is around the corner for the human. Fiend gets surrounded. No burrow for that guy. Oh, DK is about to get surrounded as well. Maybe 1 footman could die. Tier 3 is now on the way. I feel like Backpack hasn't really done much yet for Lucifer. Maybe it would have been better to use Nova on peasants there and try to just kill the Water Elemental, kill some peasants, and then get out. And now creeping continues. Probably going to see a Pit Lord 3rd. Some sort of timing like that, but Chaemiko's towering up, getting a Shredder. Now going into macro mode. The only thing Chaemiko's missing right now is a town portal, so it's got to be a little bit scary for him. It sells everything. All the terrible items, TP, Potion of Vulnerability. And now we can safely go across the map and continue being as annoying as possible. This is a lot of footmen. 3, 6, 8 footmen with a 9th somewhere on the map. Coil Nova just to deter the Archmage, and now he can just focus on the footmen. But he can't afford to really lose any acolytes right now. The staff to the back of the gold mine. But honestly, if there's a Coil and a Nova, the Archmage is just going to have to TP out. Yeah, maybe that was an oversight. There's a Potion of Vulnerability. He does get 1 acolyte. Hoping for a second. Does get the second, but there's a TP. And a Ghoul also going down. And how many footmen do we still have? 9 footmen. So that was a Potion of Invulnerability and a TP invested for double acolytes during the tech and a Ghoul kill. Could have been more, maybe, had the Archmage maybe staffed in a little bit later. Maybe after that Coil Nova was burned on footmen, you staff in, but still a good play. But tier 2 almost done, and Lucifer more or less can afford the orb. Should sell the Crystal Ball. Sells the TP as well. I think he revealed the main just to see the tech timing. And it will be Double Barracks Knights coming out. Frost Armor now going to mean the footman can't really do much of anything. Tier 3 is done. Did he grab orb? Yes, he did. And he can't afford Destro form, so he's still going to be pretty strong, Lucifer, even though his acolytes weren't fully saturated for a while. Where's the Mountain King, by the way? Not sure where he is. Footmen just trying to do what they can. Maybe a surround on a statue, and he does get it, and Destro form's not finished. It's so close to being done. Can't really afford to take losses at this stage in the game, unfortunately, Lucifer. Stormbolt here, but he's got Frost Armor. Gonna be hard to kill this Fiend, but a surround is a guaranteed way of doing it, and that's 1-0 for Chaemiko. I feel like Lucifer could have maybe tried to pop 2 Destros and push the Expo and see what he gets done, but losing that statue and that Fiend was definitely a tough spot. Oh, let me update the score. Bouldervale. We go on to Warhail now. Another different map, for sure. Should 100% be Cryptlord out of Lucifer. I'd be very surprised to see anything other than Cryptlord. Chaemiko still maintaining 2600 MMR on War 3 Champions, despite not playing professionally anymore, really. Although still owning. The win between HawK and Starbuck. Starbuck 2-1 versus HawK. All right, as expected, or as said, I'd expect a Cryptlord here. Let's see if Chaemiko switches anything up. He could go Mountain King, but I don't think Mountain King plays very well into Cryptlord. Let's see. Bottom left here is our human player, Chaemiko. Upper right, going ghouls this time around. It is Lucifer. Base build would definitely suggest a Cryptlord. I would tell you why, but then I'd have to kill you. In Minecraft. PvP, of course. And let's see. Or Lich, maybe. I think Cryptlord, though. I do think Cryptlord. Lich, okay, it is. Should be Lich Expo. And he's up against Archmage Standard, so all things good for Lucifer. Easy peasy creeping on this map, can no problem get Lich level 3. Mercenary's not going to have as much value for Chaemiko because, you know, obviously having that purge creep against beetles is good, but what is nice on this map is the heal Merc up against the Nova of the Lich. Top up that Archmage when it takes too much damage. And actually no Scout Acolyte, right? Yeah, just an Expo Acolyte, cutting that cost. Unsummon on the altar. Does he unsummon the shop? Probably not with a Lich, because you want to buy more than one rod. And you also might need more than one Ritual Dagger, because you tend to take more damage on the Lich, or have less health to take damage with. So I like that he doesn't unsummon the shop. Straight to the expansion, straight to the mercenary camp for Chaemiko. To get the Murgle Bloodgill, which is the heal creep, which is going to be very valuable against the Lich if it can stay alive. Because your Archmage maybe eats one too many Novas, it gets very low. You don't want to have to power build a shop just to heal up a little bit. Instead, you just put your Archmage over here with this Merc, and it tops up your Archmage fully, given enough time. So, pretty good gold mine first, which definitely will go unpunished. Like, it's too big of a map to punish Goldmine first. So I'd say this is a good start for Lucifer. Chaemiko was prioritizing levels himself, but it's going to be a quick expo for the Undead. Yeah, the only way it gets canceled is Staff of Teleportation, which I just don't think also would work.
A player's forces are under attack.
Too far away to the shop. He is going to that shop. Does he have a footman nearby? He's sending a footman across. I give him a 10% chance to get the cancel. Boots. Okay, no staff. Not going for it. Expo will come up. Lucifer not going to be level 3. And the Archmage will be. That's the trade-off here. It was a slower expo for Chaemiko, but he's got the level advantage. It tends to be how the early games go. Lucifer would love to creep one more camp if possible. Leaving this Merc back here. I guess it would just die to a Nova, but you want it to be somewhat near your Archmage at least. Some ghouls being split off, but unfortunately, they might not be able to return that lumber. Or get any peasant kills. Footmen do the same. Oh, double surround. Luckily, that ghoul glitches its way out. Both of them do! So if you return lumber naturally, not by hitting the E return lumber key, if you just happen to get 20 lumber in your hand as a ghoul and you want to return it, you'll actually pop through any units that are getting in your way. So that's what happened there to both of those ghouls that were both actually surrounded. So, lucky? Yeah, that is luck. I would say that is lucky for Lucifer. And he's going to kill both those footmen now. Does lose one ghoul that was retreating. Lich did get level 3 somehow. I guess, oh, he crept this in the meantime. I'd say this is a good early game for the Undead. Quicker expansion, level 3 Lich early on. Like this is just money. I think he should defend. I don't think he should go aggro. I think he defends here. And tech has started for Lucifer and he's got the Necropolis, so he can replace any lost Acolytes. Chaemiko, good spacing with his 2 vulnerable units. But I'm a little bit worried, like, after these footmen get killed, nice deny there. After these footmen get killed, there's not going to be a lot of defending potential for Chaemiko. He's going to have to defend with very few units. And he's also burning all his mana on his Archmage, which feels great right now. But in 2-3 minutes time, when Lucifer's counterattacking, you're going to wish you had full mana on your Archmage. Well, not 2-3 minutes time, in a minute time, let's say. In 40 seconds time. You're going to wish you had all that mana on your Archmage and all those footmen. Not to mention Lich is about to be level 4. Oh, that Blood Guild did eventually go down. One more Ghoul gonna go down. Wants the Water Elemental. Might be worth a Nova, but it's gonna expire, I think. Doesn't get it. Archmage continues to pressure. Oh, the Nerubian might force a TP. If he micros it, I'm really surprised he didn't slow down the Archmage any longer. He could have just forced the TP straight up. Acolyte going for a swim. Another Ghoul goes down. Trying to save the Footman, but Archmage takes a little bit of damage. One more Acolyte goes down, but replace Necropolis right there. So these aren't the biggest losses in the world, obviously. And this Water Elemental should be level 4. I don't think it's going to expire. Maybe if it ran back here right away. There we go, level 4. In the meantime, macro check is tier 3, Mountain King. We'll see if it's Aviaries or if it will be double Barracks in a second. Lucifer, 2 Crypts, Death Knight, and then we'll probably see double Slaughterhouse. Lumber a bit short right now, but he's got more than enough Ghouls on Lumber. Exactly one more Ghoul than he needs on Lumber. So Lumber shouldn't be an issue. Also, Chaemiko, speaking of Lumber, needs a Shredder. He's only got 10 Lumber Peasants. He's getting already the Lumber upgrade, and his Peasants are in a pretty good position with that mill. But I think given enough time, he's gonna lack Lumber-wise without a Shredder. Especially if he needs to build towers. Lucifer confirms the second barracks, so he knows it will be Knights and not Griffins. Which means he should prioritize statues over Fiends. 4 Fiends is great, but we should also try to get 4 statues as well so we can morph Destros. And then also Banshees are going to be great against Knights. Weirdly enough, not great against Griffins early on, but good against Knights early on. Decent amount of Footmen left over. Early Temple, as expected. Archmage got to be careful. He's not paying attention. He's got a potion, though. But there's way more Novas where that came from, just because he's got level 2 Dark Ritual. 1 coil might be spent on the Fiend. No, lets it die. A couple of Ghouls go down. Nova is doing a lot right now. Actually, wait, is this Lich dead? Has to fight his way out. Mana Pot used. Does fight his way out. It's going to be another bolt on the Lich, but every Footman's going down here. Okay, just decides to go for the Fiend instead. Is there a coil? Not quite. 2 Fiend kills is worth a huge number of Footmen, and he did lose a lot of footies, but still worth it for double Fiend kills. Lich getting close to level 5, everybody. Hard to call this game. Very close. Double Temple coming up early on. That's just thanks to the nice scout of the double Barracks with that skeleton. Easy to overlook a play like that, but it's because of that he's able to do the early double Temple.
A player's forces are under attack.
If not, he'd prioritize more Fiends because he just needs them to deal with Griffins. Careful with your Mountain King. I think this one's dead if a TP isn't swapped, but it does go down to the creeps. Chaemiko just trying to steal away as many creeps as he can while he has a little bit of downtime. The Lich is going to be 5 no matter what this game. And what do we go here? Do we go Dark Ranger 3rd, Crypt Lord 3rd, Dreadlord 3rd? They're all options, but Dark Ranger is going to be the most standard, no doubt. So now we just power creep. Yeah, it does look pretty good for Lucifer, I gotta say. Skeleton again just scouts, confirms the Knights. Knows there's no trickery going on. The only thing he doesn't know is if there's tanks or not, but... Oh, the only thing he doesn't know is if there's tanks or not. Holy. Alright, I don't think he's going to be ready for this. He's blocking his tanks in his base. Okay, let's see how Lucifer decides to deal with this. I mean, 8 tanks unscouted. If he does wait for 8, I think he should. Like, if he's committing to 4 workshops, you should wait for a huge mass if they go unscouted. I don't know how you deal with 8 tanks. I think you just lose your expansion. Even 4 is difficult to deal with. Because right now he's fully committed to countering knights. But imagine he does double Zeppelin drops. Like, Zeppelin drop this, Zeppelin drop this, and then 4 more tanks go into, like, the main at the same time. Like, that's a game-winning play. He's just got to be patient with it. Pick up double Zeppelin right now. A little bit of a run by. Buy double Zeppelin. Come on. They're 1-0 upgrades. If he gets 2-0, which he's about to finish, 2 tanks will kill the gold mine with only 5 acolytes repairing. So again, I say, if he drops both gold mines and then sends 4 more tanks in, it's a recipe for GG. Still unscouted, these tanks.
A player's forces are under attack.
Chaemiko, you got a recipe for GG, but it feels like he's doing this a little sloppy right now. Like, what are these tanks doing? Are these tanks really going to show themselves that early? Oh, he might buy a boat, actually. Yeah, I think he's buying a boat.
A town is under siege.
Don't just send them in, man. Again, the scout sees the tanks. Is there any sort of reaction? He gets Frenzy as a reaction, I think. Helps against tanks, of course. Okay, he's going to get a boat here, I think. And a meat wagon. Okay, very, very, very helpful scout. He sees way more tanks as well now. He's waiting. Huge amount of tanks on the map.
The town is under siege.
There is possession as well, so Knight's got to be a little bit careful. Of course, you cannot possess tanks. How many is there? There's 8 tanks right now. Ghouls go into the expansion. Nice little distraction play. Because there's not a lot of units to split off for Chaemiko to deal with this sort of ghoul pressure. But on the other hand, on the other side, it's like you don't have ghouls to deal with the tanks. He's got 1 meat wagon. He's building a second. Ghouls go over to deal with this. 5 tanks. This expo's dead. There's no defending it. I don't think, at least. Meat wagon being pressured in the main. Ghouls are shutting down this expansion entirely. It's like, what are you supposed to do, though? What are you supposed to do with so many tanks? He kills 1. He's going to kill a couple. Both meat wagons go down. Okay. That's 3 tanks dead. Everything other than the gold mine. This tank can't get into range. Look at the positioning. He can't attack the gold mine. Oh, no, he could. Okay, he could. And he just TP's back. Put the ghouls on lumber. Perfect play. Oh, his main died. His main died. Oh, no, it was such a sick play. He was going to TP back, and then the ghouls went on lumber to deal with the last tank, so they didn't town portal back, but the main went down. He needs to rebuild a necropolis because these are his last acolytes. And if he loses all 7 acolytes that he has and doesn't have a necropolis, he can no longer build them. Okay, expansion slowly being defended. And TP back for Chaemiko. Re-expansion over here. This expo still lives. And more tanks. He's trying to kill him with tanks. I respect it, Chaemiko. I respect it, man. But Lucifer, I mean, it always feels bad, like, losing your gold mine and losing your like, main and stuff. But overall, a really good defense. Like, it was 8 tanks with 2-0. Like, you're obviously going to lose some stuff.
Are under attack. The town is under
Uh-oh.
siege.
That's going to be a TP. TP now! TP now! Loses the Archmage. And now Lucifer's going to break this Expo, but there's more tanks! This game's going to get very exciting very quickly. I think Chaemiko is in full base race mode now at this point. He's going to kill this. Tanks over here. Does Lucifer have a TP? He does. It's going to be tough for Chaemiko to end the game. But there's not that many buildings, you guys. Look at this. There's not many. Like, one tank could go in here and clean all this up, and there's nothing to be TP'd to.
Are under attack.
It's not impossible for Chaemiko. Lucifer, a smart choice to go into the main. He needs to sort of stop any future production for Chaemiko. Okay, TP's back. If he loses this Necropolis, the game would be over probably because he can no longer TP back to defend. Ghouls in the main. Just right-click on the tank and chase them across the map. Okay, tank goes in here. Losing all these buildings is very rough because then look how few buildings there are left. That's what Chaemiko's going for. 100%, he's trying to eliminate him. That is it. That's his only play. How much gold left here? 3,000. Okay, 4 tanks. Oh, this is really nicely played from Chaemiko. Now those tanks in the main can get a lot of value. These tanks will be able to kill the Necropolis. He's going for the Acolytes as well. Does he have a TP? He does have a TP. Push from vulnerability. He's just trying to kill all the Acolytes and the Necropolis. TP out. Almost kills the Necropolis. But the main, look at the value of these tanks in the main. He should just leave with these tanks now. Just micro them away. It's a little bit too late. This tank can get out at least. Not worth the TP? It was 100% worth the TP because of these tanks in the main. He's running out of buildings. He's going to lose the altar. One tank lived. And then this is it, pretty much. More or less a building and a half here, which will be cleaned up by this tank once Lucifer pivots over here. And then this is it. This is it. Did you retrain to Blizzard? No, not yet. Very few buildings left over. And militia scouting that there's no other base. Chaemiko has... he's pretty much just got tanks. He's got 8 tanks left and pretty much no resources at all. But he's going to run out of gold. Still 3 minutes left of mining. Okay, main base is dead. And do we just do one final push? I hate to say it again, but I feel like a boat or a Zeppelin would seal the deal, because he could drop in the back and attack from the front as well. 3 tanks. Lucifer didn't block. This is it. Lucifer has one final stand in this game. If not, he's getting 2-0'd and eliminated. This is the only buildings he has. Does he have an Acolyte elsewhere on the map? I don't think so. Just leaves. Chaemiko with the tank win. 2-0. Goes to the grand finals. Oh, I respect it, dude. Quadruple workshop. Oh, yeah, man. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. There was no defending at the end. Maybe if he had an Acolyte, like, on the island or something, and could have, like, built a Necropolis, and then Chaemiko runs out of resources and he can't get to the island. Obviously, Lucifer would have won in that situation. Maybe that would have been a good play, to try to secure the island. But it would have taken very little for Chaemiko to get over there. He just needed, like, 200 gold to get there. But there might have come a point in the game when he didn't have 200 gold. Either way, that was our second semifinal. And now we have our grand final. Starbuck versus Chaemiko. Orc versus human. In a best of 5. Let me adjust this. I'll pay out the prediction. Oh, I should make a group for these guys. One sec. Is Starbuck A or B? I do not know. I gotta figure this out. 1 second. Just getting them to do vetoes. Actually, how about this? When we do vetoes, we'll go into like a 3-minute break. One more break, and then we'll have the grand finals. If not, I'm just gonna sit here in silence when I try to admin. So be back. 3 minutes. Stay tuned. I'll play some ads so we don't get them in the first game. BRB. Hello, grand finals coming up. Just figuring out the map order right now. They are saying Starbuck said just go any map, and then Chaemiko said, so how about an order of familiar maps? Hammerfall, Springtime, Warhail, Boulderville, Scrimmage. I agree. I agree with that. And Starbuck actually is playing human. He's playing human mirror. I don't know why. Did he lose faith in Orc despite winning every match with Orc forever and always? I'm not sure. Woody Wood, what's up, man? Thanks for 100 bits. How you doing? How's Ladder treating you? How are the new Torrens treating you? But yeah, he's playing human mirror versus Chaemiko. Oh, now they're doing vetoes. Okay, they're doing vetoes. Never mind. They decided to do vetoes. What are they starting on? What map? Bouldervale. Okay, all good. Best of 5 predictions still up. Tell Starbuck he's not allowed to do that. We get so few Orc games, and now we got Starbuck Human Mirror. I don't mind the matchup, though. I know you guys hate it, but I like it. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And because of this, might be some late game situations as well. I think Human Mirror tends to go a lot later than Orc versus Human does. We just need a rehost, though. Or do we? Yeah. I think we need a rehost. Is the game bug? Are the players in the game? Mirrors are horrible. I don't mind them. Don't mind them. I feel like the more you play a race, the more you like the mirror matchup for that race. Unless it's humans, and then they always hate it for some reason. Is the America Pro scene completely dead? I can't think of a single North American player that's competing in tournaments right now. Can you? Deuce is still laddering but is not playing tournaments. Hitman's still laddering but not playing tournaments. Insup isn't playing at all. Kibikaki's not playing at all. Cruncher's not playing at all. Is there anyone? I don't know. I can't, unless I'm missing some. Obviously, in South America, there's Jens. But Pato isn't competing anymore. Oh, I need to restart. Getting some bugs here. North American, though. Yeah, technically Jens if you're talking Americas, but North America, I think is what the question was. I don't know if that's where he's from, Respower. I'm not sure. Yeah, I can't think of anyone. I mean, there's like American and Canadian people that on the ladder, but just no one in tournaments. Not a bad sub, I don't know. Just hasn't streamed, hasn't played a lot recently. Just needs to step up and wash the shame of NA players. Give me another 5 years of nothing else other than concentrated playing. Without a single day off, and maybe I can be as good as the 15th best European player. Okay, we're trying to load again. But we're not loading. Don't know why it's not working right now, but oh, there we go. Okay, we did get in the game. And we're on Boulder Vale for map number 1. Loser maps for Starbuck are Hammerfall, then Scrimmage, and for Chaemiko, Springtime and Warhail. So regardless of who loses, we'll go into a more standard map after this. Did our overlay break now? It might have. Let's see. Nope, it's working. Hell yeah. Okay, Human Mirror. It's been a while since I've watched a Human Mirror, but as I said, can be pretty exciting. Depending. I need to get more wine. Hey man, did you guys see that, was it Infi versus Fortitude match where they played on Concealed Hill and Fortitude was super far behind and then micred his way back like 2 base against 0? This matchup can be pretty good. Bottom left, Chaemiko in the blue, and in the red in the upper right, Starbuck. Archmage for both. Couple of options, obviously, in the early game. Could be fast expansion, or could be really, really heavy power creeping. Level 3 Archmage is a must in this matchup. Moosehawk, thank you for the 2 months. What's up, dude? What happened to Hitman? Does anyone know? He still plays lots, but just doesn't play in tournaments anymore. The chances are if you queue on BattleNet, you're going to face him 1 in every 3 games on one of his 10 different accounts. He's got a lot of them. Pretty much anyone you play on BNet and you lose and you're like, oh my god, that guy was really good, it's Hitman. Does Kiwi still play? No. No. Fortunately not.
A player's forces are under attack.
Why Starbuck doesn't work? I don't know. You're going to have to ask him yourself. I think he's streaming right now. You could ask him, but maybe he's just wants a little practice in Human Mirror. Maybe he's thinking about switching to Human in all matchups. Would definitely make his life a little bit easier if he could just focus on one race and didn't have to think about practicing Orc just to be able to beat the few human players out there.
A player's forces are under attack.
He said the map pool doesn't benefit Orc versus Human. He doesn't want to start 0-2. Ah, that makes sense. Yep. That makes total sense. It is a very bad map pool for Orc against Human, which is kind of true these days with a lot of the new maps. I'm not sure how Boulder Vale plays out, but definitely Warhail and Scrimmage are very, very difficult for Orc against Human. He could have played random, I guess, but
A player's forces are
no,
under
this
attack.
totally makes sense for him to play Human versus Human. Also missing Seiso and Fish. Not strictly NA, but same. Yeah, for sure. I think they both still play. Seiso kind of always plays casually, and Fish, I think he plays on the account Ice still.
Town is under siege.
Okay, Footman Scouting, Arcane Tower for both players, as well as Attack. And they're both going to power creep to level 3. Same experience for now. Same peasant count, more or less. 1 less for Starbuck, actually. So he has less to lose.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Militia probably going to creep this for level 3, or are we going to do a different creep route for Chaemiko? Starbuck's about to be 3, and Chaemiko hasn't even started his creeping. Okay, there we go. There's the Militia call. Is the human player Flame from USA still playing? I don't think so. Pato got the wife debuff, but he's slowly coming back. I thought he's always been married. Did he get married recently?
A player's forces are under attack. Town is under siege.
Okay, there's a level 3. In a second. There it is. And item check is pretty even, slightly favoring Chaemiko, but not by much. Water Elemental surrounded. Both players need to be attacking each other. Chaemiko messed up there by not auto-attacking Starbuck, but Replenishment potion going to help recover some of that lost HP. Boots of speed going to be purchased for Starbuck. No circlet or staff bot. And a very more or less passive early game. And by passive, I mean they're not just killing each other's peasants. They're fighting in the center, which makes the matchup a lot less chaotic for both players.
A player's forces are under attack.
One footman going to get chased down. Oh, actually messes up a little bit. Just wants to get that illusion out of the way. And Mountain King and the tech finished a little bit quicker for Starbuck, but Chaemiko right around the corner. Double Sanctum. Both being power built in a second, I imagine. And then we'll see with the expo timing. Typically what you'll do in this matchup is you'll get about 2 to 4 priests, or like 3 priests with adept training on them. And then you're going to call 5 militia and expand it tier 2. That's the quote-unquote most standard way to play. And then you can react to this by either expanding yourself, or you can go for like some sort of all-in. If you don't want to play a 2-base game. But typically the tell for this is if one player gets a blacksmith before expanding, they're going to try to play 1 base and break the opponent's expansion. But if neither player is getting a blacksmith, we're probably going to see an expo on both sides. Last hit there goes to Chaemiko. Also gets +6 intelligence. His items are starting to get really good. He could force the TP with his Archmage alone. Starbuck's got to be real careful. One more auto attack and that's a TP force. Stormbolt now gets out of range. Nice micro. And now he might actually have to TP. Hey, Flooshfinger, thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. How's your stream? Starbuck trying to force this TP, but not quite able to do it. One bolt getting 1 footman. Now that the Mountain King for Starbuck is out of mana, the Archmage can come back into range. Oh, but Starbuck has got to be careful. Luckily, Chaemiko's bolt was not off cooldown. Now the priest is in range to heal up the low Archmage. It's going to be the same situation for Chaemiko in a second. And Militia over here, he tried to expand, but he wasn't able to get over there in time. It's a little bit too difficult of a camp to take with just Militia. So Starbuck does want to expo, he just can't do it yet.
A player's forces are under attack.
At the end of the day, relatively even trades, but Starbuck is up 2 footmen, and he's got Adept a little bit earlier just because his tech was finished quicker. And here's Militia called. Okay, both players going to expo now. Really, really standard game. And no solo creeping for the Mountain King just yet. You want to get level 4 AM as quickly as you can because Aura a lot of value on MK and Priests and Breakers to an extent. Starbuck gonna keep on creeping. Got Claws +8 there as well, so both players have really good Archmage items. Circlet found for the Mountain King, which is also pretty good. More or less a perfect mirror, but 5 priests for now for both, and actually a 6th one coming up for Chaemiko. First breaker is coming out. Has the shop even been started? Yeah, the shop's been done for a while. Chaemiko being more aggressive. I think Starbuck has the cleaner game now. Ring of the Archmagi from the shop. And level 2 versus level 1. This is a huge experience lead for Starbuck right now. Water Elemental immediately dealt with. A couple of extra footmen are helping out a lot here. Bolt gonna kill that footman. Level 4 earlier on the Archmage of Starbuck. Footman traded for both. There's level 2 Mountain King finally, so no level advantage except for the Aura upgrade. Priest's gonna die to the bash. This Priest's gonna die to auto attacks. Oh, second Priest's actually gonna go down as well. But Chaemiko should be able to get a second kill himself. Yeah, there's a bolt. That's 3 for 2, favoring Starbuck. First breaker finally comes in. It's gonna be 3 for 3 though. There'll be another bolt. Really, really close game actually. There's another bolt. And Expo up and mining. Yeah, pretty much exactly the same gold mine. If we click on this, it's a difference of 10 gold. Yeah, pretty much. Very close game. 42 versus 48. Obviously, Starbuck has the experience advantage. But Chaemiko, if he can just get a little bit of space to creep, can change that in a second. Needs to go creep, I think. Maybe down here, maybe take that shop. Maybe take this mercenary camp. But I don't think being aggressive is the play for Chaemiko right now. A little ring around the rosy there. Heal scroll, potion of vulnerability purchased. Bolt on another priest. I'd be surprised if he managed to get this kill. Does just barely get it. Mountain King. Gonna have to be swapped to TP. If there's a bash, he dies. He doesn't actually swap it in time. What was once a really even game is now going to be really difficult for Chaemiko to come back from. Loses the Archmage as well, and that's 1-0. That's it. It was close. It was close, but just a little bit less creeping makes a huge impact. Starbuck wins game 1. That was about as standard as human mirrors get. Now we'll go on to Springtime, which is Chaemiko's first loser pick. Will anything be changed up? Or are we just going to get more or less standard stuff? Felt like a quick human mirror map. Yeah, that was under 11 minutes. Just level 4 against level 3. Chaemiko tried to be a little bit more proactive, but sometimes the more passive player gets rewarded for it. Maybe even oftentimes. I don't know. Show me some Mountain King first. Let's get crazy. Starbuck did already play Dark Ranger first, and actually that might be okay in Human Mirror. There's room for some crazy strats. Are we going to see them? I don't know, but Chaemiko's maybe just a little bit too difficult of an opponent for Starbuck to do any wild stuff against. This is the best 7, best of 5. Best of 5. Yeah, Chaemiko paused immediately at the start of the game. He said he needed 1 minute, so gotta take a second. I guess while we do that, I'll set up the poll for after this. If I got a second, why not? Because we gotta change the map pool. Maybe we'll favor Orc a little bit more for next week's Weekly Cup. Okay, and we're unpaused. Here we go. Game number 2. Springtime. Archmage for both. Thought Starbuck played Orc versus Human. He said the map pool was too bad for Orc against Human, which I do agree with. It's pretty bad. It's essentially two... I don't want to say this definitively because it's not tearing a stand or anything, but it's kind of 2 auto losses in Warhail and Scrimmage. They're kind of both just free wins for Human versus Orc. It's one of those matchups that really, really relies on the map because mercenary camps are so good against Farseer, and fast expansion can be so hard to punish if you do get a free mercenary camp. Just one of those matchups. Like Springtime and Warhail, or Springtime and Hammerfall rather, are pretty good. Boulder Vale's, I'm not sure, but I think it's a pretty okay Orc map. But everything else is an instant veto, no doubt. If we go back and we look at the vetoes in War 3 Champions, probably those were like the first to go for any Orc against Human that we saw. Okay, Merc Camp for both. No priests available here, at least for Abolish Magic, but the one for healing is still pretty good. Not to mention, it does decent damage. Does as much as like a Rifleman. I'm not sure what the attack speed is, but pretty good. And items can make a big deal. Ring of Regen is nice. And Claws +8 is even nicer. Both players going to be happy with their drops. Starbuck going to be, you know, he has nothing to complain about. all Chaemiko has to complain about is the fact that he didn't get claws +8 and instead got the second best item. And we go towards the center. Starbuck does this different creep route. He's going to get more experience for this, and he's going to finish his camp quicker. But Chaemiko will get the contestable camp in the center and gets a better item, Mantle.
A town is under siege.
Oh, Trapper could go to Starbuck. Does actually go to Starbuck with those claws as well. But on the other side, Chaemiko with a little bit of creep jack to steal an item. Wait, did Starbuck get that with the militia? Oh, he got it with the militia. Oh, no. Chaemiko, he screwed that one up. He got the item, but losing a lot of experience. This game might be really fast. Look at the experience difference. Starbuck's about to be level 3. He gets another claw. I think he's just going to kill him in a second. Chaemiko doing some pressure. Berserker's here. Priest goes down. Level 3 on the Archmage. Uh-oh. Arcane Tower, 22 seconds until it's finished. This is the human mirror we all remember, isn't it? Arcane Tower. Gonna be cancelled. Trying to repair it. He can't repair it for long enough. And now Starbuck probably gonna force a TP in a second. Chaemiko actually got level 3 in the meantime. Wait a second. Okay, this game is... It's a game of chicken now. Somehow he killed enough units to get level 3. I thought Starbuck was just going to walk all over him. He definitely has the stronger army here. But Chaemiko just entirely evacuating. Starbuck doing the same now. I like this sort of a game. This is the sort of game, this is the reason why people hate Human Mirror as like professional players, because as an observer this is a lot of fun to watch, but as a pro this sort of a game is really silly. Is he going to give up his main? Chaemiko. You're going to TP back, okay. He pressures the militia as far away as possible, and then TP's back. Peasants coming back to call militia. It seems like Chaemiko is going to get the upper hand of this trade because he's actually teching. Starbuck is not teching. The question is, how many mercenaries are available right now? Is there another Berserker? There's going to be an Ogre Mauler and a Mud Golem pretty soon, but not for another about minute and a half. It's like around the 7-minute mark that'll be available. Ring of Regen, really valuable in this sort of a game. Claw's also nice, but I think the ring actually ends up being better. Hey, Starbuck is back mining, but still tier 1. Chaemiko is 1 sapper away from losing his keep. But if he mines a little bit more gold, he'll be able to get a second hero. He could grab a panda. Mountain King might just be better. Priest. Living to get a little bit more healing done. Now this is a game. Starbuck, you can see how much multitasking is going into this. The fact that he hasn't even put any peasants on lumber just yet. Check gold mines? Yeah, when we have a second I will. So 10,030. Let's say 10,000 now. 500 gold difference favoring Starbuck. But a full tech up for Chaemiko. Hero levels favoring Starbuck. Level 2 aura is ridiculous right now. He just attacks the main again. How many units does Chaemiko have left? Like nothing, right? The main's dead. He's trying to repair. He's not repairing enough. Okay, now he's repairing. Very close. But he's buying a lot of time for himself. Resources. He's got no resources left. Now he calls militia. Can Starbuck get the main? Oh, Archmage got to be careful. He's just trying to buy as much time as he can for himself. Main at 200 HP. Starbuck's fully mining right now, too. He's fully recovered back at home. Well, if he gets a surround and forces a TP, again, Chaemiko's up a full tech. Mud Golem purchase, as mentioned earlier. Priest and Ring of Regen are really, really valuable. They have been the entire time. Oh, this Starbuck's Mud Golem. I didn't even notice. I thought it was Chaemiko's. And GG is called. Starbuck wins in the end. Holy. That was quite the game. Only 8 minutes long, but pretty crazy. And now I think we go on to scrimmage. We have a single Night Elves tournament. No, we didn't. We did not. Warhail is map number 3. Can Chaemiko get a map? If he can get 1, can he get 2? If he can get 2, can he win with the 3rd? This is always a map that Starbuck's been pretty good on. Okay, game 3, here we go. Bottom left in the red is Starbuck. Upper right in the blue, Chaemiko. One more game, and Starbuck will be the October winner for the Back to Warcraft Weekly. Which, there is 5 Sundays this month, so we will have 4 cups still in November, obviously, with the finals at the end of November. Or 3 cups with a final, I suppose. That's why we rescheduled for today, for October, because we had the 5 Sundays. So it's all good. It's all good. Are we going to switch anything up, or will it just be Archmage again? But I think that last game proved that Human Mirror can be pretty fun. Would be very surprised if this game went that way, though, again. It really relies on both players not town portaling. Which, if one player TPs, it just sort of neutralizes any sort of base race type scenario. But Starbuck was just way too far ahead with how quickly he got level 3. That militia last hit on the Mammoth snowballed it pretty extremely. Because Chaemiko, in order to get level 3, he had to commit all of his mana and all of his health and all of his units just to be able to kill peasants in the main of Starbuck in order to get level 3. But by then, Starbuck was too far ahead.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, Merc Camp being pulled by Chaemiko, and Starbuck doing a much different creep route. This is interesting. I feel like this creep route's better for Chaemiko. Oh, Starbuck stealing the Bloodgill. Doesn't get it surrounded. And Chaemiko not going to waste his time when he should be creeping. Chasing that down. Starbuck being real annoying. But all the experience so far goes to... Wait, what did he steal? Oh no. He stole the big creep. Chaemiko has barely any experience. What was that, the level 5 creep? He stole it with the range guy here. Oh no, or maybe the footman, I'm not sure. But this should be well above level 2 Archmage right now for Chaemiko. That is, again, a disaster. Level 6? Yeah, I stole the level 6 creep. That's an insane amount of experience. He's almost level 3 already. This might be a quick series, guys. 2 big last hits. First with a footman or the Merc, I'm not sure. And before on Springtime with the single militia getting the Mammoth. Honestly, wins Starbuck nearly both games. He's almost level 3. Gets Claws plus 8 again. Is insane. And Chaemiko is going to play from behind for the rest of this game. Look how much experience he's lacking. He should be like 2.7, 2.8 right now. Like 1 creep away from level 3. But instead that's Starbuck, who's a single peasant away from level 3. And that he'll get it from the footman, if not denied. Gets it anyway. It's a disaster. GG and 3-0 for Starbuck, and proving that his human mirror is as good as his Orc vs. human, if not better. That was a quick one. But well played to Starbuck. Nice try to Chaemiko. Obviously, difficult to beat Starbuck, regardless of what race he's playing. And that's it. That's it. There were certainly more exciting series today than that, but that just shows how dominant Starbuck is. That was a quick one. 20. Yeah, that was like Happy versus Dice levels of speed. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. All right, one thing left to do, and that's to vote for the maps. Oh, yeah, what's my point? Sure. I'll do the prediction early today, okay? I'll do it early for you guys, even though I don't normally. Normally, I hold them ransom until you guys vote for the maps, but I won't do it today, okay? So I'm going to link a straw poll in the chat with 5 maps on it. You guys can vote for 3 maps you want to remove from the pool. Currently, the map pool is Warhill, Springtime, Bouldervale, Hammerfall, Scrimmage, and I'm sure Starbuck would want you guys to vote out some of the human-favored maps so he can play Orc next week against human players and not have to play Human Mirror. So there it is, pinned in the chat. Go vote. I'll put it up on screen in a second. In a second, promise. Let's play this. Concealed Hills, also a map. What else? It's in the pool right now. I'm forgetting the 1v1 pool. Ah, Terran Standstill in the pool. There it is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's it. We need a creep steal emote. That is actually a good idea. Is Neo listening? That is a good idea. Do we have a deny emote? Like I think we need like a deny. I think a creep steal could be cool. There is like a yoink, I suppose, emote, isn't there? It's pretty close. There we go. Here is our poll. You guys have another 3 minutes to vote. Get some of those orc favored maps out, eh? Or some of those human favored maps out, rather. There are no orc favored maps. We all know that. We all know it. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what emotes we have in the chat. Back to Warcraft. What is there? Let's see. There's no tome pickup. What do we have? The newest one is the boat that I had any influence in, which of course was beautiful. I don't think there's any like last hit or deny one, like a little exclamation point or something, you know what I mean? That could be nice. As a deny, oh, you mean like deny with an Ancient War? I meant more so deny like a positive as opposed to a negative, you know what I mean? All right, go ahead and vote. It's pinned in the chat. So far, you guys are voting 2 of the the 2 best maps, the 2 most standard maps, which I guess makes sense. You guys always keep the weird maps in, dude. If we leave Warhail, Bouldervale, and Scrimmage and add Terran a stand in, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough week for Orc. As though we need to like incentivize Orcs less to play. I don't even think we had one in the Weekly Cup last week. We need to bring back Old Secret Valley. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Last Refuge. Yeah, Terran Stand and Last Refuge. It would be the most impossible map pool for Orc vs. Human ever in any tournament. But hey, why not? Let's have some fun. Currently, Springtime, Hammerfall, and Scrimmage are out, and you guys have about another 30 seconds. So, looks like we're going to be keeping Bouldervale and Warhail, which I like Warhail. I'm not entirely sold on Bouldervale just yet. I need a little bit more time with it. I'm not sure. Warhail is, of course, a lot of fun. Maybe the best game of the day in that tank game was, of course, on Warhail. At least I liked it. Maybe Lucifer didn't appreciate that game so much. And you guys did a 4-way tie. Hell yeah. So what am I supposed to do? Oh, no, it's a 3-way tie. So I guess I need to roll a 3-sided die. And then, yeah, that one won't get removed. Okay, one sec. Let me figure this out because you guys totally screwed this up for me. Okay. Give me a second. Okay, so definitely Scrimmage is removed. And then between ST, BV, HF. So Springtime's going to be 1, Bouldervale is going to be 2, and Hammerfall is going to be 3. I'm going to Google roll a 3-sided die. And it landed on 1. So Springtime is safe, and Bouldervale, Hammerfall are out. There we go. There we go. That's right, right? Yeah, that's all good. I'm getting rid of that. Now I'll go over to this screen. And I need to pull this up on stream like this. There we go. Let's spin this 3 times. There's 1. A Shallow Grave will be added in. A pretty good human versus orc map, I will say. Oh man, make it Terranistan. That'd be so funny. Almost. It's going to be TS. Oh, this map pool is horrible. It's so bad. It's awesome. What else now? Concealed Hill. Okay, a relatively standard map. Okay, what do we have? Okay, so what do we end up with? Springtime, Concealed Hill, Shallow Grave, Warhail, and Terranistan. Well, you know, I suppose if you sign up next week, you just veto Terranistan and Warhail, or Terranistan and Shallow Grave, and then play Springtime, Concealed Hill. It'll be okay. It's all good for every matchup as long as you veto accordingly. The only thing that's going to be rough for is the grand finals, which you guys don't have to worry about. Okay, you guys don't have to worry about. Just let Starbuck and HawK and Dice and all those guys worry about that. You know. Make sure you guys sign up. Of course, the Weekly Cup is now double elimination, so a lot more opportunity for everybody to play a couple of games, get a little bit of tournament experience. If you're, you know, a player that's relatively new, definitely worthwhile doing. You might get a real tough opponent in the first round, but then if you drop down to the lower bracket, you'll play somebody that also lost in the first round. So much more opportunity for players that are just want a little bit more experience in tournaments, you know. So definitely encourage you guys to sign up. Don't reach grand final, you're fine. Yeah, exactly. The map pool being bad really only affects the grand final, which is more funny for us than anything, because then we have to watch the really good players struggle. Which it's nice to watch people that are very good at something struggle, don't you think? If you want to see the schedule for the rest of the week, backtowarcraft.com, we have B Cup going on, which is so good. It's so good. I'm really excited to watch the games. Of course, there was already a lot of games on this stream earlier today, which you can catch the VOD, or you can catch it on YouTube. But tomorrow Happy versus Sock. And then lower bracket semifinal. I am super excited. I don't know if this is the best of 7. I think it's just the best of 5, but super duper sick. I can't wait to watch this. And then there was games today. Impy versus Focus, Life versus Soen, Somebody versus 120, which I won't spoil who it was. And then B Cup Grand Finals also on Tuesday. So if you only got a couple days this week to catch games, make sure it's on Monday and make sure it's on Tuesday, because B Cup semifinal, grand final is absolutely insane. All the best players in the world. Razor. That's all right. Just don't look at chat if you don't want spoilers. As for me, I'll be back next Sunday. At least I'll be on my stream more or less every day. I don't know if I'll stream. I probably won't stream today, but tomorrow I'll stream over on my channel, Carson with 3 N's. If you want to see how you can support this channel for all the content that Neo and Remo are bringing you nearly every day, back to warcraft.com/support. We have a Patreon. You can give us Twitch subs. You can give us YouTube memberships, like a Twitch sub, but over on YouTube. Direct donations. Merchandise. Crypto donation as well. Whatever. If people have that still, I don't know if they do. Merchandise is hats, hoodies, coffee mugs. We got new stuff. This is in Canadian currency, which is why it looks so expensive. But in your country, that is in the first world, will probably be a lot less money for all this merch. Let me just tell you, Canadian dollars, not so hot right now. Okay, not so hot. With that, GG's everyone. Thank you for watching. It was a short day, but definitely some good highlights. Hopefully we see a lot of the same players next week for the first weekly cup of November, and then maybe we'll see some new faces in the finals, which is why I encourage you guys to sign up. You can get points every week. All you need to do is make it to like the top 8. If you're a player that has the capability to make it to top 8 3 weeks in a row, which I know a lot of you guys watching are, you'll be in the finals next month. Well, this month, I guess, at the end of this month. So I encourage you guys to do it. Next Sunday, every Sunday, we have this cup. Sign up. I want to see a lot of people. Let's see 40 signups next week, okay? With that, have a good end of your weekend. And I'll see you guys throughout the week. Bye.